game.
Breathe it in. We're about to be watching history in the making between these two. The Death said it perfectly, but now it's time. Game 1 starts now, the grand final starts now. Fnatic on the attack, EG on the defense. Who gets to draw blood first?
EG, maybe was touching on, obviously, with the addition of the Viper here. A couple more options on the defense as well. Chronicle gets a decent tag, actually. Com going to have to retreat away from here. Previously, we did see Fnatic obviously hunting down Boostio, looking to mark that man, and we're seeing an adjustment here from EG. Him all the way towards C site and a 3-stack here over towards A.
And we know that preference from Fnatic. They love this A side, they'll explore it. Yes, they pivot, but they do often try and take this space first and foremostly. The fact they posted up the likes of Demon 1 here, you've got a lot of additional bodies, and then Boostio on the other side sitting extremely deep on C. That's the first shot, that's the first blood of the grand finals. Demon 1 gonna take down Chronicle and start putting Fnatic under a little bit of pressure here. They've not had that same level of success off the starting block.
Boaster, meanwhile, has slipped through the net. Off the B side, Boostio is in position to catch this, but Boaster, does he check this corner? Just on the edge of it, Boostio wins out.
Okay, that's 2 kills on their side and a follow-up as well. Boostio takes out Leo, leaving it down to Durka and Alpha. And look at the positioning from Alpha, though. Nasty, gonna keep both of these players busy. Ethan on the defuse already is just gonna attack the paint shell for a while, and Alpha's now got a 1v1. Already halfway, though. Demon 1 wants to get back to business. Does he just try and sit this? No, he doesn't. He knows better than that. And Demon 1 gets off the defuse, takes down Alpha, and that is a different start.
There was a moment there where Demon 1 was going to try and stick that through. Alpha, a little bit disconnected. We saw the amount of pressure he was under, actually. Goes 1 for 1. Jorgamo invests the paranoia here to try and isolate him, but initially here we've seen a big adjustment from the pistol. I said early on, it was the first 4 or 5 rounds where Fnatic were hunting Boostio down.
And let's kind of take stock here, because it is going to be a couple of Sheriffs and a Ghost, but this should be around that EG can convert. But let's also talk about the narrative of Demon 1, right? Who has been progressively getting more and more deadly as this tournament has progressed. He has become lethal as it goes on. But now, a little adjustment here. Jorgamo knows better than to stick around, but force them to use that utility. But the one X factor, that one win condition we hadn't seen hitting as hard as online was this man. And he's already off to that hot start. Gonna clean up Durka here. Doesn't really take much damage either, nothing at all. That's a good reply though. Boaster gonna temper some of that aggression, so they do recover the Guardian and filter it back.
So no upgrade found for Fnatic. So they drift back towards the orb outside B here. Finder sent out here, will catch. So attendance noted here. Alpha actually farming up towards that lockdown nice and early, just 3 away now.
And the Deaths kind of brought this up as well, even in the last time they met earlier in this tournament. The Fnatic are incredibly diligent and making sure every single ult is worked for, every single orb is gathered. There's no lazy rounds from them. There's always something to achieve, and they generally do it very well. There's the second example of it, only in this round. Again, they're even in the rounds they probably won't convert. They will make something happen. Now, down to about 27 seconds, the chance of conversion is getting lower and lower.
Especially with Ethan repositioning here. Still Killjoy set up on B site as well from Boostio. Well, he has drifted away from the turret here. Little catch just before disconnected. Now it's one pop. Alpha's actually found Ethan.
That's an opportunity.
It's the Guardian down.
Boostio tethered to the ground for a second. Spikes in, and they've got player advantage here. No recovered weaponry just yet. Boostio gonna spot the player. That's gonna be Chronicle down. Great trade from Alpha. Hold on, chip damage too. Boostio's in danger, that's huge! Fnatic maybe turn this on its head, but a 1v2 still possible for Com, but he's got to close that gap. A tap on the spike and leans a little closer. Boaster sitting so deep though. Smart work from Boaster. Make him work for those next couple of steps. The shot doesn't come in, but time, it's ticking. The fight happens, and it wasn't clean enough for Com. Beautiful from Alpha here. Turning this round on its head. Fnatic back at 1 apiece.
And Alpha on that lockdown as well, on the back of that round conversion. A shot to the heart of EG. And these are the two best pistol round teams in the tournament. Fnatic actually taking the lead in that regard, but flipping round 2 here is huge. Demon 1, meanwhile, actually Didn't even spot that. One away from the Blade Storm, so an opportunity here, throwing the light shield in. Him to maybe look for a kill or even, I mean, off the rip, go for this orb.
Might. See the temptation.
EG want to stack up for it, yeah. They want to try and get this Blade Storm.
On the other side, I think you're going to have, what, Chronicle? Kind of sat that side. I guess Alpha would respond to it, if anything.
Yeah, they've set up here. There's a trap play off the turret contact, potentially with the Paranoia. I don't think anybody from Fnatic's going to come this way. Alpha drifts away.
Yeah, this is what they're going for. Alpha sitting a little too deep to have much of an impact towards it, but the side's going to be taken by Fnatic. They'll get the spike down. But the orb's been gathered, so Demon 1 does have that. And he's invested it. So this is now for the retake. How much mayhem can they even cause here, right? How much can they actually do to dissuade this post plant?
Problem being, actually, they need to go quick because this lockdown is in play. Fnatic have a late round piece here to convert and buy a little more time.
See if they can do it. Can they flood the side? Durka waiting patiently. The only one to take the battle on the side. The rest sitting super deep for that post plant. Demon 1 going to take him down, but they got to get a move on. They still have to try and get themselves in a position to hit that diffuse up. Demon 1 forced away, trying to get a little bit more chaotic here. They can't close down. Demon 1 can't get to him. Dealt with. Leo denies it, and Com, yeah, not going to happen. Leo's here. Safest pair of hands you're going to find. Fnatic make it up to 2.
Nice attempt there, but like I said, lots of factors in play. A comfortable post plant from Fnatic as well. Playing distance, really actually mitigating the risk there from the Blade Storm of Demon 1. On the back of that, Nightfall available as well. Already this first ult cycle looking very healthy.
God, that could have been insane.
True. But yeah, you're starting to see 3. Well, I mean, Dirk is not far away, right?
No, it's 2 off Showstopper as well.
So those 3 are huge. They didn't even need that lockdown in the end. And obviously EG on the other side suffering. Now we saw Com being punished with this. We actually saw the likes of Boostio punished with that singular setup. This time around, Com wins it out.
Grizzly as well. EG, well, Com in this regard, not respecting that utility. Let's actually come out on top of it with a kill. Lockdown invested though, so it should pave the way for an open sight hit for Fnatic.
Good protocols coming in from both, so they're just making sure that no one was sat back in the corner. And obviously EG knowing better than that now. Pausing for a moment though, instantaneous plant. Waiting for a little bit of utility to cycle through here.
I mean, lots of time has passed. Actually allows EG to regroup here, but Boaster finds 2. Boostio and Jorgamo will fall.
That's massive work, leaving just the 3 alive. Plant now going to go down. 3 players from CT. Chronicle's position's good. That will know all 3 players, and they have no idea what they're coming up against. They can slip back, but they have to clear Chronicle. The crossfires are going to be deadly. You can see Boaster now getting a little closer. Oh, the utility is stunning. Fnatic in this post plant have just eviscerated EG. They could not get going from CT.
And that pause for thought baits EG into a peak to try and deny that side control from going fully in favor of Fnatic. And the follow-up utility is gorgeous. Yeah, that seize from Leo was everything in terms of securing those final kills. Absolutely 0 risk. Fnatic looking very composed so far in the start of Lotus.
Yeah. Again, when we're talking best of 5s, it is now marathon territory, right? It goes into a longer series, but you have to look at kind of the, I guess, the early looks coming out from these teams, how these players are performing so far. Fnatic not looking too phased. I like some of the adjustments from EG. It's whether or not they can actually keep up over distance, right, over time. Can they match them on this map? Traditionally, and if we throw our minds back just to that last time they met, this was one with the biggest disparity on it. Now, EG, at least putting up the first, will close out a little bit of that worry that they weren't prepared, but on the other side of things, Fnatic, it takes a lot to fluster them. It's a very rare occasion you're going to put them in such a bad scenario that they can't recover. So I like the Fnatic are just kind of pausing in this one, taking their time, making sure they're doing their due diligence, just clearing through, because EG currently do have a little bit of a stack towards A.
Sheriffs across the board as well. How deadly they can be in the thrifting. They pop out the back of the Viper here. Boostio will find one. Actually, tag comes through with a shorty, but Durka does this one. Boostio, he gets a second though.
Needs to do a little bit more here. Jorgamo, the last one alive. Is there anything he can achieve out of this? I mean, then, yeah, the last 3 sitting pretty comfortably. HP in a good place. Like, nothing looking super easy for him. Like the danger they try to create there, though. quite simple so far for Fnatic in this round now. After all that chaos settles, Heart's going to go in. He's going to need some belters to do something with this.
Even trying to drop out of the smoke there with the TP to maybe get a bit of information, but Leo will seal the deal on Fnatic's fourth. Need a response here from EG early on in this half. Options to play with now. Operator actually online. Also have the lockdown, have the Viper's Pit. Ethan just one away from the Seekers as well, so.
Guys, I'm in their head, boys. I'm in their head.
Okay, he's got. Yeah, I was just wondering what he was going to go for on the buy then. I feel like I can hear Potter talking, which is a great bit of information. But, and look, a TriCaster always down, but for now, let's focus as Demon 1 is postured up on this for a fight. And they were punishing them on any aggression before. Pain Shell going to be the first thing invested. Jorgamo really shouldering most of this contact, but they are just kind of waiting for Demon 1 to get that chance.
Nade placement was actually really perfect here. Showstopper popped it. Actually, Demon 1 able to slip away, but caught on the retreat.
And Dirk is so good at this, clearing very efficiently. And Fnatic getting such a great read into all of the intent, all of that want from EG.
And that's one of those big tools I was just talking about for EG to make a stand here in round 6. Removed, no chance of the trade. Com anchoring A site right now. Bustio tucked into a setup on B. Actually with a decent read on the timing as well to pop the pit here, but it's a lot to handle.
Yeah. And even outside of that, they can still crunch towards that B site. Yeah, counter pick comes in, so that's going to nullify that. Bustio looking like he wants to invest the lockdown here. 27 seconds, maybe not a bad idea. Going to really rip away some of their options, force them back into the pit potentially. But you can see Chronicle clearing around those edges, trying to spot out Com. The rest of Fnatic's coming this way, so Com once again will have his hands full. Divide goes up as well to ensure a little more safety. And Com's closing in. He's seen everything! Huge impact from Com. Finds 2 and now time! They're running so low, 4 seconds. Chronicle gun out, goes for the fight. They do not have time. If they can live, they've done enough. EG deny Fnatic.
Beautiful stuff from Com after being at a disadvantage so early on. Has a perfect read on the timing. Unfortunately, yeah, Chronicle, I'm not sure if it's just an unfortunate spread here, but he has such a small slice to play outside that pit. He can't really counter it. Can't really create any pressure towards Com. Unfortunately, late round, it's played to perfection. The lockdown to force them back towards A, to scramble decision, and they have to plant in such a risky spot.
They invested so many ults on that round too. I mean, we had the Divide coming up as well, Dirk with the Showstopper, Chronicle with the pit, but a fast piece towards B. Simplistic an approach, but it's worked very well. Dirk's going to take all that space, but a challenger awaits, and it's going to be Ethan. Got a bit of a hot hand already this round. Following up from the last, Seek is going to go through. And they should be working off the back of this. Yeah, time to close in. Bustio going to be the one really committing, and he gets away with murder. Finding 2 looking the wrong way. Ethan making himself the sacrifice, and it works, and Bustio's been dealt with. Big boy Bustio. He's playing out of his mind right now. 4 big kills for him, and let's, again, I have to remind you, roll your mind back. He was bullied on this map. Highlighted, you said it, marking your man. Durka had his number for like 6 rounds in a row. That's much different this time.
Absolutely, and yesterday we were talking about the number of rounds that he's just dropping multi-kills. As the first point of contact for EG. Standing tall here. So we've seen him completely avoid that, the broken door position in towards Link. It's a massive adjustment of the defenses of EG. We haven't really seen Fnatic, I guess, fall foul to it just yet, but here, that adjustment of position does pay off for EG.
Did the homework, but it's still Fnatic. That will always be the end of every sentence. It doesn't really matter.
Big info.
Demon 1 will be noted in the additional presence towards that C site, so switch up a little bit. Falling away from this, though, we are seeing that exploration of the other side of the map. Once again, Com. A whole lot of stress on this one man, because EG have responded, right? They've drawn 3 players now over towards C, pulling that rotation. So Com's going to have to anchor this like a superstar.
We'll spot the poison orb thrown across, I think. But actually drops it here. A lot of space between him and the next EG player, Ethan. Looks like he's making that rotation all the way back through spawn. Com actually able to slip through.
Yeah, I'm
away.
surprised. Thought they might have been caught him on the way there, but no. Fnatic being meticulous.
Crosshair looked bang on there.
Yeah, that looked on the money. No, meticulous in approach from Fnatic. So plants in. And a 5v5 retake. This could get incredibly messy unless Boostio's going to keep keeping it clean. Chronicle's gone down. And the other player's playing off-site, sitting super deep by tree over towards the back of the wall. They now don't have a presence this close by. They could start pressuring here, and Boostio wants a bit of that. Gets a little closer to the wall. He actually swings it! The flash is divine! Sent from the gods! Ethan gonna be grinning with that one, and he wants a bit more. Boostio is just unreal right now!
He must have heard me. Back-to-back multi-kills here for Boostio. And he's the tip of the spear, the flash from Ethan, and Boostio digs so deep behind this wall. I mean, timed to perfection.
One enemy remaining.
We actually might have a grand finals on our hands, like an actual competitive
What a
matchup.
stark contrast. I
Yeah.
believe it was 4 first deaths out the first 6 rounds last time for Boostio.
Yep.
And now look at him, 13 and 6. Leading the
Night
charge, another lockdown available for him, and a massive financial cushion here for EG.
What does Fnatic do now? Do they lean to other options? Do they look elsewhere? Had some success over towards C early on. This time around, EG noting that. Already, I don't think that's going to catch anyone, but it does give them the green light towards the site.
An alarm bot here and there. Now they swarm down on default here, so a chance to maybe stall out this plant coming through, or force Fnatic to plant a little deeper here. Saw last time, Fnatic baited out a couple of peaks, but lockdown invested here. Durka's pushing forwards. EG are going to struggle to defend this.
Okay, unless you have Ethan, apparently. Going to find Durka in all of that chaos. Supposed to try and take the brunt of this. And now Chronicle, a little bit of freedom comes out of the paranoia, but gets outdone. EG is sweeping the site. Alpha and Booster are about to get annihilated. Alpha, hold on, that's huge. Oh. That got a little close. But EG have just taken the lead.
Fnatic, I think in a position now where they're probably feeling like they need to call a timeout.
This should be a timeout.
Feels as if they're struggling for an answer. EG are digging their heels in.
Yeah, this absolutely should be a timeout for Fnatic. Pump the brakes, as we've actually just seen it come in here. They are indeed doing that. So a couple of different looks there. They tried to explore A again. They went back for that B lean. They've explored C, but none of them really found much footing in that. So options, that's the question. What do they run with here? But also for EG, the mentality of knowing they forced Fnatic into that timeout.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the emotional win on that, huge.
I mean, we talked about last time, I mean, Potts has even hinted towards this, obviously coming into this initial first matchup. EG were a little scared to play against the people, again, the people they look up to, the people that they've tried to imitate and kind of adopt their own play style from. And I think
that was super team,
that
right?
was very evident in the first, even the first map of that series. Map 2 and 3, different story.
It's it truly is such a mental game when it comes to this, though, kind of that facing down an opponent who you never feel you have that 70-30, 80-20 against. You've got a best of 50-50. But they drew blood last time, right? They were one round away from OT, and then it could have been them sat in the finals. Who knows how OT would have gone down. It could have been a totally different situation for them. For Fnatic, though, they are the favorites for a reason. They have capability to hit these timeouts, come back in stronger. We rarely see them tested, though. The Death said it, we said it. This whole tournament, I say only EG has really pushed Fnatic at all. No one else has come close. EMEA, sure, Liquid beat them, but that even felt like a one-off.
I mean, this Fnatic super team roster is 6-0 against America's teams, so...
Yeah. They get credit for a reason.
Yeah, any stat you look at.
But as it stands, they were stumped by the underdogs of EG, who've turned up today looking a whole lot different. Now, does that change the outcome? Let's find out on this map. This marathon in front of us of a best of 5. Pressure towards A, but a quick pivot towards B. And look at the damage!
A ton of damage.
Leo and Chronicle, the walking wounded.
Lucio as well does have a nano swarm. Maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression here. Pulls the shorty out on the back of the gravity well. No damage done just yet. A full 5v5, Lauren.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jorgamo potentially trying to cause a little bit of an issue, but with the lockdown coming in, that's secured them so much time. Lucio's going to get a move on. Clear through connector very quickly. It's very clear where the post-bomb is. Now Jorgamo needs impact, and he finds it. Takes out Chronicle, and the late positioning from Boaster could be a real issue, though. Again, time still on Fnatic's side. That's lovely work from Boaster and Durka. Lucio comes back in, but can't get past. Durka waiting patiently. Demon 1 and Com, I think their options have dwindled here.
Try and hold on to the Odin at least. Do some further damage because the
That's a jump
timing
scare.
was insane for Demon 1 there. I was going to say, if he could remove another rifle or two, it'd be the best situation of a round loss that EG were looking for. I think maybe on the back of that timeout, the awareness is there for Mini, relaying that information that there's minimal resistance towards that link area where time and time again they were finding value. I think Fnatic, on the back of the lockdown, capitalized massively.
Yeah, you can see Chronicle starting to get a little heated up. That's good to see. But yeah, the lockdown was perfect to supplement and complement that round, right? It almost kind of put that bow on it. Timeout right back in though. EG, don't want to let this one slip. Holler instantly going to get a grip on it. And if you look at the regular season from North America, EG, after those timeouts, their conversions of round wins was exceedingly high. Almost out of the ordinarily high conversion off the back of a timeout. And they still have a great purchase here. Ult-wise, I mean, TP for Jorgamo, Demon 1 off, but he's got an operator coming to this round if he wants it. On the other side, very close to that showstopper again for Durka. Chronicle not far off, and neither's Boaster. So plenty of options could be played with here, because you know these teams will absolutely play around those ults as soon as they're available.
I feel like EG are in control though. 5-5 scoreline, but it feels as if that string of rounds, EG have the awareness of where they want to adjust, and obviously with Lucio having the game he is so far, you're able to ride that wave. Demon 1 can have a couple of rounds now with the operator. Shut down previously, isolated with brilliant awareness from Fnatic.
But for me, I still look at Durka as one of those who've tamed the best, right? Everyone else, this player's the king of Icebox. No, that's Durka now. Like, anytime he's faced, your Tens, your Yays, your any Aspas, he has won those battles. Like, Durka deserves all the credit in the world, but can Demon 1 find a chance? It was for a split second. That's all you get, an opportunity, and it's gone.
So, a massive deterrent, but Fnatic hanging around. That looks so close.
That looked terrifyingly close.
I think, initial deterrent now. It's definitely a red flag. Fnatic initially showing a little bit of respect towards the operator. Jorgamo posted up pretty deep here.
Does Boostio draw enough attention? Let's see if he does. Does he commit to this? A little bit of a spam. Okay, so heads up from Leo though.
Boostio still got one though.
How does he get out for here? Jorgamo gets away. Boostio doesn't though, so Fnatic's still on for a little bit of a run here, but they're just going to be pausing. They've decided they'd rather face down the operator. 45 seconds, really. Different
switch up as well. They're going to leave Demon 1 now with the operator posted at A-site anchor. Com in a position to support potentially.
Has he get more than... Oh my god, the pressure. This is ridiculous. Demon 1, he's got 4 players coming his way. Leo's just removed his only support system. It's all down to him. Oh, I thought he might have had a second. Knives out. He's going to do some serious damage. He's seen so much, but Leo, quick to respond. And now looking for that plant. Pauses for a second. He's behind him. And Ethan's found Chronicle. It's all on Leo, the man who denied them OT, denied them the chance. This time he falls. Ethan puts him to his grave. And EG pick up where they left off.
That shot onto Demon 1 from Leo was ridiculous.
How does he look so chill? Ethan is just like,
it's actually crazy. Again, Leo finds the counter spam here. I didn't even snap to it. He was holding the angle there. I don't know if he's expecting somebody from Tree. Maybe. Obviously, the TP from Jorgamo, there's some question marks around the map, but...
So he found Com earlier, right?
It's a disaster, yeah. Demon 1 actually dashes right onto the crosshair.
Boostio on the op now. Interesting little switch up.
We see him pick this up on Fracture as well, just as a curveball. He has been landing shots with it.
Okay, Fnatic once again showing that presence. It's just going to be that protocol list. Difference being, I guess Durka does have that showstopper boaster. You can see the money really on the cusp of crumbling towards the end. Still able to fashion a buy here, which is fortunate for them. Just going to leave Chronicle postured up at this point, and the other four leaning back towards C. This puts, again, Jorgamo under a lot of scrutiny, but here, playing safe on the other side of the door. No one currently on that C side. This is now where it gets a little scary. Durka, the paranoia did land. Jorgamo with the TP. Trying to keep himself safe, doors shut, and no one there to receive it.
Hey, what a big trade though, the paranoia for the showstopper, whether or not he's Ethan nearly cresting that corner. But Fnatic just posturing up a little bit. They have two players making progress towards A. Boostio will find the spike on Boaster though.
And the Seekers as well, because Fnatic are everywhere. They've infiltrated the entire map. Demon 1 waiting, spots them. Now he's in danger. Jorgamo's got his back. Takes down Alpha, and we're down to Chronicle, Durka, and Leo. Leo is looking monstrous today, though. Some impact kills for sure. Spike back in hand in 19 seconds. That B side looking vulnerable, but they could also look towards C.
Trailblazer didn't catch Durka here, but I think the flash did.
Flash should have caught him. Oh, my word. There's the Viper's Pit. They've decided they've committed for that B plant.
Planted.
Durka's pretty far off, but the two players on the side, Leo and Chronicle, the ultimate duo. The best that they could have achieved. Looking at picking up that fully fledged roster. These were the players to headhunt. Flash goes into the pit, Demon 1 goes on top. Leo looks for it, finds it, no more! It's down to a 1v2. Ethan down to 76, but Durka and Chronicle sitting pretty. He's been found, put to the knees. Tied up all even, 6 apiece.
But a stark contrast from last time. 10-2 was the score on the half on Fnatic's attack. EG with some great little adjustments here to bring it out a level pegging at the half. Leo's having a game already, though.
And it's impact kills, right?
Yeah.
He's 11-8, which doesn't seem hyper impressive, but then you look at the value he's getting off the back of it, out of this world. And again, when we talk about Super Team, we talk about them in those specific roles. And we haven't even seen them at their best yet, right? Like, matchup now. This completely shatters all our expectations from before. We're looking at a new environment, right? Something else to look at here, because EG have come out and they've put up a much better performance, night and day, from that first time they met. And Fnatic now have a true challenger on their hands.
I feel like actually, overall across the half, I mean, I said this, I think at the 4-4 scoreline, but it felt like EG were in control. It was blow for blow, yes. We come out 6-6, but these tiny adjustments, EG with the awareness of what went wrong last time and how to fix it here.
It looks quite simplistic for now, but you still have the players split towards the extremities. Boostio and Comp can get control of that. You do see, though, that Fnatic are playing towards Connector, so Demon 1's going to have his hands full. Booster, Leo, Durka, all there. Paranoia could be huge. He's diving in. A 1-for-1 trade out. Leo sends it back. Alpha doubles down, and they're clearing on through.
Dropped.
Fnatic looking so deadly. Timing not there at all. Leo coming alive here.
What a beautiful pistol round, though, from EG. The plan here, slightly off with the execution. I mean, the paranoia is huge. It catches all three players. Only amounts to 1 kill with a shorty. Maybe Demon 1's blocked on the way in here, but it's the paint shell behind. Then the smoke drops. Demon 1
One enemy remaining.
just caught on the retreat. But a 3K from Leo.
Picking up where he left off.
Yeah, flips things on its head.
And we're starting to see the true power of Fnatic, right? This team was made for finals. They're made to challenge anyone in the world. Forged from the best potential players. And even if one has a bad day, if maybe, let's say Durka's having an off game, maybe Alpha's having an off game, it doesn't matter. Someone else can fill any void that's left there. For EG, though, so they're not done yet. Certainly not out of this one by any means. Team 1 trying to maybe give that similar look here, but EG starting to flood through the rest of the map, pick up the orbs, close in towards C.
I'm going to prioritize some progress towards the lockdown. Probe sent out here by Ethan. It's just Chronicle initially, but Alpha drifting across to provide a little bit of support if necessary.
Right.
The timing was immaculate.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks for that production. And also cameraman, who's been looking around at all the signs and gone, that's the
This
one.
is the one.
There
I want
it
to show
is.
that one.
Yeah. It looks like a double pump back towards C. And that assistance from out here could be very, very valuable now.
So yeah, he's actually drifted towards a committed position with Chronicle. Actually does catch the TP finally, yeah, but Com good for the trade. And the rifle retrieve for Demon 1. And 15 seconds left to play with though.
Spike's down in a little bit of a dangerous spot. It is picked up, 10 seconds now. Any more damage would be good, but I don't think they're going to get much here. Demon 1's gone down, and there it is. Fnatic, keep composed, keep their cool here. It's going to be their 8th now.
You see a little more invested as well in that round 2 than usually you'd see Fnatic playing with a Marshall, potentially a pistol to round things out. But Alpha able to get back on Vandal here. It's already Leo in this half. Round 3, 1 off the ultimate. Nothing really within reach for EG either. Looking to probe towards C once again, and a switch up, a total switch up here on the defense for Fnatic. A little bit of fake utility, actually, almost implying a heavily orchestrated set piece. But look at this wall.
That's so nice. They get to push up. It's a little bit deeper as Chronicle to deal with the turrets. They don't particularly know about both, so there's obviously that consideration to an extent. But how much do they clear on this? That's quite nice, actually, from Fnatic. Sitting deep, though. They are going to respect that EG can now take through towards C, but the retake's going to be deadly. So it's down to the likes of Com and Boaster. Who wins that fight? It's going to be Boaster. That's a free upgrade as well. Plant's going to come down. And I just love the way that they teed that up.
Yeah, it was faking heavy presence outside Mound. I mean, usually luckily drifting behind it, but lack of awareness towards the back line here. Fnatic now 5v4 on this retake.
Big paranoia. That's B3 denied, slows the roll, and Demon 1 wants it, gets it, takes down Boaster, follow-up score, just can't get the third though. Jorgamo a little out of sync on that, allows Leo and Chronicle to answer back, but buys a little bit of time and keeps them into this kind of 2v3. Boostio and Ethan though, can they keep control of this? More time being purchased here. A little bit of chip damage, yes, but now Ethan's got to be ready for this one. 3 players, he can't do enough. Fnatic clearing on through now. Close ain't enough. As Fnatic make it to 9.
Beautifully constructed as well. They said the early round perfect. EG unfortunately do lose Com ahead of this side hit coming through. Again, Fnatic just dissecting their way through. It's not often you see him laughing and joking about things either, but obviously looking very comfortable in the server right now.
Yeah.
And now top of the board for Fnatic.
He's one of those coldest players, even on the walkout.
The
He's just
walkout,
like
zero emotion.
none. Yeah, he's something to watch. And again, still not seeing them on the Sova, which is ridiculous, right? Like, the guy is good on pretty much anything, but for now, almost touching double digits here. Shots from Durka. Wants a little bit of the limelight for himself as Demon 1 removed early on here, above 120.
Trying to deal with some of this utility, maybe draw the rotation, but no damage to really follow up on here. And if anything, it's to their detriment. It pulls Boaster and Leo a little closer towards the upper side of B. Guardian's still in play now in Ethan's hands. I guess a window of opportunity here, but it requires Jorgamo and Boostio to dig pretty deep outside rubble. Leo playing on the backside of the broken door could cause problems for them.
Caution here.
I think Durka's internal clock is starting to
30
tick
seconds left.
to the right tune as well. He knows there's pressure coming his way now. Maybe just shallow paint shot. Let's try and deal with anyone pushing up. Oh!
Beautiful pinch from
Big
Com.
shot, hold on. Durka though, look how quick he responds to this. Alpha's there with him. Oh, it's stunning from Alpha. Fnatic firmly in control. Double digits made, map 1. And they close cleanly. Another buy and a big round coming up for EG now.
Well, this one has a big impact on how the rest of this half will go. Another situation where a string of rounds, much like the first, we're asking for a response from EG now. About there with their first ult cycle of this half. Lockdown available, TP for Jorgamo. Common Demon 1, just missing one more orb towards it. A bit of a pace change here, at least early on. It's not necessarily created any pressure towards Chronicle just yet, but it has pulled Boaster, who does still have the Odin. You don't want to be tapping that orb right now.
Right there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be tapping that orb right now.
No, but he's so close, he's one away. Oh! Boaster opens up the door, and Chronicle even gets a follow-up. Demon 1's gone down. They haven't even had a chance to really start that roll in towards the site. They're left trying to pick up the pieces somewhere else. EG maybe running a little low on steam here. Boostio again, it felt like he ended the half on 14, barely on 16 now. Can they make something out of this round though? Plant would be ideal, obviously. Alpha waiting in the wings. Leo's there. Boaster, Chronicle, all nearby. Lockdown's gonna go through too. This now gets deadly. It's gonna ask a lot of these players. Is Boostio gonna at least get Chronicle down? But look at it. How do you get past Alpha and Leo? Jorgamo is not gonna do it. Fnatic are in full form now.
In final form.
Yeah.
Stretching this lead even further. EG walking the tightrope in terms of the finances here. As we enter round 18. Again, it's the timing of this kill. EG are looking to get set up to maybe plant the seed of doubt, deal with this Killjoy utility on B once again, try and pull a rotation, but...
Bro, why I have Sheriff? Why I have Sheriff?
EG gonna try and pump the brakes here now.
I mean, the saving grace being that it doesn't even get to the point where they can invest some ultimates. They're gonna be able to purchase back into the next regardless, or at least force back up.
Yep.
With the Blaze Storm there as well. Ethan just won off the Seekers to be a full house for EG.
And again, it's so easy to look at the underdog story here, but again, Fnatic just played EG not long ago. EG clearly coming out, showing this progression, this capability to grow and change, and they still manhandle them in the second half. Like, Fnatic is such a formidable team, by all accounts. Prepped perfectly. No one else came close. EG the only ones to even come knocking on that door. But if you want a game on this map, we'll start now. Plenty to play with. All those ults almost ready to go, apart from the Seekers that will probably come through this round if they want it. And they should be able to get the buy there.
So whether or not they're even going to set up for that ahead of this, or whatever site hit comes through, but definitely want to see EG formulate a plan around these ultimates. We praised them for doing so on other maps and how well synergized it looked. So we've got 5 rounds trailing to Fnatic right now. Another switch up on the defense for Fnatic as well. Just going to be Boaster with that Odin. Chronicle and Alpha kind of set up for a pinch off this utility. Just outside mound here, you can see it littered across the way.
Yeah, this is quite scary. You can see it on the map now.
To counter the lockdown, so Paint Shell will go in, immediately removing that.
Options getting less and less, and here comes that setup's effectiveness. Going to be tested once that second layer of players come in. Demon 1 can get past pretty comfortably. The rest not so much. Alpha and Chronicle, as said, the door swings and say goodbye to 3. EG left in tatters. Demon 1 and Ethan, the only on, really, on the site. And okay, gets Durka down. Should be able to get a plant off this. I mean, maybe Alpha's position's a little uncomfortable. They've got to win maybe one of these two extremities, even trying to find that safe plant. Touch for the CT side. Now what can these two do? A 2v4, was a 2v5. Seekers is going for it, trying to give them everything they can, every tool that they have invested here. Ethan down low though, 21 HP, and Demon 1 sitting pretty. Finds the first, Ethan trades it, and now down to a 1v2. But it's the big boys, it's Alpha and Leo, the ones who've really come alive here in these finals. Flashes one, expects to swing. Oh, a great read from Ethan, but not enough. to take out either Leo or Alpha, who has said, Mike, they're in finals form.
They just make it so difficult for him to pin down a 1v1. Even here, down to 21 HP. Demon One tries to go aggressive, dig out Boaster, but like I said, the read here from Fnatic. They set up with this pinch on the back of the utility to counter a lockdown execute. Catch them in the choke point. 6 unanswered rounds now for Fnatic.
Gorgeous form. Operator out for Durkin out. That little cherry on top of the cake. So you get a challenger. Anyone willing to take that fight? Nah. I wouldn't go near the side of that map if I were you, but it looks like EG do want to decide towards that B side. They're going to lose mountain control. They're going to hear all this utility, and that door's going to open. There is someone waiting. It's Durka. Delivers to us. Chocobo in a second. Divine work from Durka. He wants more. Get the door open again. Swing it through. Give me another target. Does Demon One want to go for it? The flash is there. Oh, he saved him. Durka just took down Boostio as well. Hold on.
Ethan and Demon One again.
Yeah. The deadly duo. Do they get closer this time?
Look how deep Leo's playing on this. Demon One's desperate for somebody to swing onto him here. A little bit of a misread here from Boaster. He's coming back through to stack up with Chronicle. Will give Ethan a plant. Seekers once again.
Bloody hell. Right, they're going to take a journey. Demon One's position could be everything. He should have the drop on Leo. He does. Now 2v2. Coming back around, it's all over towards Mound. This time,
Flash
Ethan's even
up
got a
for
flash.
Ethan.
Yeah, this could be massive in Chronicle. Going to try and take a couple of steps forward. Spotted on the cross. Now the flash doesn't need it. Ethan's there. Saves it for last. And Boaster going to catch one. The spray, it's a little too wild. This time around, Demon One and Ethan. That's the unison that's scary, but again, they walk out barely alive.
Will attempt to scrape together another purchase, but now Fnatic, 4 ultimates available for them. Even again, saving grace being Leo's caught before his ultimate actually casts. Big 4K from Ethan. But the first on this half for EG. They have to follow through with this. Boostio back on the operator. Gonna try and look for a pick here, and he will be rewarded. Durka will fall.
Pit is just controlling so much of this space, right? You can't disrespect that. So they have to look elsewhere. It's B, it's A. 2 players post towards A, and there's Alpha, who's been absolutely
lethal.
Miraculous. Yeah, A1 and vicious, this kid. There's something about him that you just don't want to mess with at times. Just flips into a little bit of a different gear. They still have a lot of clearing to do. You can see the Fnatic actually staying a little bit deeper. They're going for a bit of a challenge on this. Crowl's not going to clear as much as they want. Boaster's in a really dangerous spot. He might be dead. Yeah, absolutely. Out in no man's land. Punished, and Boostio paid in the way.
Trying to follow up here, but the wall will slow things down. Leo respecting this for the time being, backing away. Chronicle still over towards C. So Fnatic concede a lot of space here. I'm not interested in doing any chip damage ahead of this plant coming
30
through.
seconds left.
Might even just consider saving this. I think that's what we're seeing, yeah, looking at the mini-map.
Yeah.
So EG do follow up. There will be a flawless round as well, so a big boom to the economy. Gives them another buy in hand and puts them 4 away now from Fnatic.
Yeah, it's how quickly do Fnatic think on their feet. That little new piece of the puzzle, right, that's been revealed. Boostio with that operator doing really nicely, finding them some early work, some early opportunities. Does Fnatic think they don't have to adjust yet? Maybe they don't. Maybe just a couple of nice shots that he was hitting. I mean, Boaster got caught out a little bit, kind of, you know, no man's land. That's what they go for.
Yeah, I think as well, and it's you look for the indicator of where the operator potentially is on an attacking side, and if it's not Demon One, it's Boostio. Is he setting up for a lurk? Is he looking to just secure this extremity? So you can understand why Boaster's this committed, but
Yeah.
EG re-clearing that space, what, 30, 35 seconds after that initial pick anyway. Fnatic still comfortable. Obviously, that string of rounds still have a buy or two in hand here. Let's see with the light shields coming through.
A little combo. Does Com live? It looks fine.
Heavy lean towards A here.
Yeah.
And we've seen Fnatic do this a couple of times as well. They'll just rotate Chronicle across, try and catch a vulnerable for Boaster to spam through on the Odin, and just play anti-plant on C, but EG are cautious in approach.
Late investment of the utility as well from Alpha coming through, deciding to invest behind this C site, focusing deep towards CT.
Yeah,
Chronicle, yeah.
They're setting up for so many little anti-plant stalls.
They're doing it mid-round as well. 57 seconds now. EG.
Joggermo has the spike and he has the TP, so this might just be an attempt to fake out a little bit of presence by EG.
Annoying enough, they don't want to commit towards that. 40 seconds now, back towards A. It's Leo and Durka.
I was going to say, yeah, there's a lack of progress on the other side of the map, though. See Ethan and Com still behind rubble. A couple of question marks
30 seconds left.
lay ahead of them, and the commitment of the Poison Orb will be a big indicator to Durka here to call for some support.
Timing on the door is going to force him slightly deeper. See Demon trying to close in, but the timing's great from Com. Durka couldn't divide and conquer for once in his life. Normally he's there for it, good for it, but Leo has been monstrous. Spam goes in, look at the damage they're getting on this quick heal comes out as well. Leo trying to close that gap, he's already on the side, shorty in hand. Spam again, looking for the player. Leo can't do it this time, Joggermo's still alive. Boaster gets the trade. He's gonna be spamming this all day long. Ethan's down at 8 HP. Alpha's found Demon 1. It's a 3v3. Spotting the player, Busio can't land it. And now there's pressure on the site itself. Goes again, Alpha's got him. It's down to 2. Back down to a 2v2 though. It's going back and forth between these guys. Boaster spammed the entire round. Connects it. They learned from before. Have they been able to take away from that last game, bring it through to here, or do Fnatic still hold the cards? Alpha was key before, and he might be key again. Let's see if EG have learned their lesson and what they have in store for us here.
Even see a little bit of a switch up here,
Yeah.
a geeky little setup with the smoke as well. What is this?
That's so weird. Okay, I mean, that's not gone well for Boaster, but luckily, Chronicle's absolutely nuts. Ethan desperately
hold
doing some
up.
chip damage, and actually it's Busio to take down Durka, so Chronicle has to respect this. And on the other side, remember, Demon 1 could lean through towards B as well. Leo, though, seems like the punchline to every joke of these rounds. He is always there, tilting it just back in their favor. Ethan getting caught in the heels, but still, spikes on the site. Ethan's been caught. Do they swing?
I don't
Getting
know about
closer.
Demon 1 just yet.
But Ethan's under so much pressure. Yeah, he can't go too far away. Demon 1 has to watch this cross.
Fault line back up as well with Leo flanking back through main. Huge opportunity here to pinch through onto Pillar.
Flash for Ethan. That's his only little bit of safety. They still don't know about Demon 1, but he is going to have to do something heroic here. In a 1v3. First low. That's Chronicle gone. The rest not sitting so low, but just above. Alpha finds him, takes him out. Fnatic going to be winning the pistol here.
And coming on to split as well, gotta be concerns from that best of 5. The big question around the depth of map pool. Potter saying this is obviously their bread and butter. So yesterday, at one point it was a 7-1 lead for EG. Ended up being 13-10 for Paper
Nice.
X.
Good job.
Will that be a bad omen today? Busio bring a Sheriff in. Just a ghost for Com as well. Another actually feels like full invested round 2 for Fnatic. We know they like to put that Marshal on and just try and farm up some ultimate progress. This is the most basic iteration of this Cypher setup as well towards A, and we will see Fnatic lean heavily towards mid and B, time and time again on the back of this.
unless it gets addressed, right? It's...
I mean, I seem to remember last time it was like round 11 or 12 was the first time that somebody from EG proactively went and cleared the trips and the camera on A.
And Fnatic will give no reason to change just yet. They may have another look to it, but you can see Com trying to exploring this. I quite like what he's doing. Maybe he is happy to be the sacrificial lamb. Just have a little wander around, deal with it. But again, there's still the camp. There's still obviously Alpha, the player himself. Com gets a bit of a slap on the wrist, to say the least, down to 6 HP. And EG just taking a tour of the map.
EG coming forward, dealing with the trip. Will pull Boaster across. Keep Durka in position as well. EG, the other side of things, actually going to cut, yeah, Chronicle a deep position towards main. EG now scrambling to try and find at least a consolation here with the plant. Oh my God.
Alpha!
That transfer is disgusting from Alpha.
Prime gaming flawless there. Not feeling too much of that threat, but EG went on maybe a fact-finding mission, it felt like, sending Com out with the feelers, just testing what the setup is.
But you do want to see a round or two where they do test this A site early on. Again, I'm not necessarily looking for a round win. I'm looking for them to force the adjustment of Fnatic. Switch up the wall, maybe. Force Alpha into a position that's not just him, sat in screens in the camera. Basically AFK, I've got to say. It's just literally watching things unfold.
Yep. But a challenge, they're going aggressive. The start 3 players all going to go for the brawl on towards B, set into motion by Chronicle. EG closing in for this. They want the fight on it. There it is. Utility to follow. Do they actually send on this? No, okay, they just send them back.
But even here, with so many shown, Fnatic aren't forced into a position to rotate. There's no pressure towards A just yet. Maybe now on the back of this progress towards Vents. Actually, Chronicle resetting up for a second fault line towards... Just misses the aftershock a little too high.
Oh, but that shot's gorgeous from Jorgamo. Follow from Demon 1, but Leo going to levy this out. Bring it back down to a 3v4, but again, the man who holds all the cards is Alpha.
You can see him relaying the information now. He's spotted Com behind this wall.
You can see the response coming in as well. Leo already going to start that tour back around CT, so they're able to stack their deck, right? Like, that's always the point of this.
Alpha's drifted into that discipline corner as well.
Yep. Camera finally removed, but Chronicle with the trade, and still EG not finding the full ways to navigate through this. Now they've got so many problems on this site. Do they try and run away? You've got 20 seconds. Where do you go here? You got to hope that Chronicle lets you leave. Not going to happen. You got to force it yourself. Jorgamo going to give them the pathway out, and they are running for their lives towards B.
Enough time to get this plant down. Set up a little bit here. Alpha actually on the round the world mission. Going to come back towards B main here. Safe plant though. Not going to be exposed towards pillar. EG stack up towards heaven or hell here. Ethan previously punished from this same position. Is the awareness there once the time has passed?
And Leo's not being quiet about this at all. He wants the attention, if anything. He needs his own flash for it. Double stack's going to work out. They're not going to let him past. So it's just Alpha. And Ethan does look vulnerable. Audio cue heard for sure. Messi. Not enough for Alpha that time. And yeah, he's got so many targets. They're all going to make it very different. Big round for Jorgamo, but bigger picture, Mike. It looked very aware of that reliance on that A piece now. Do they continue to find new options and ways to address this?
Sure, but like I said, the reason I'm looking for this adjustment to be forced early on is because it puts Fnatic in a position where they can stack 3 towards B main. Chronicle set up a fault line from heaven. It opens up so many possibilities for them. Even though this time around, it kind of just looks like a util dump and maybe hoping for a free kill, but EG, unfortunately, with question marks elsewhere on the map, actually drift back into a second trap play in ropes. Again, a little off with the aftershock, sure, but it's like Fnatic actually just playing strat roulette, actually. Just going through another trap play here with the fault line, potentially. I'm say actually Durka not cleared by this. Wow, now he's cleared.
But you've got to say, EG, I don't mind the Fnatic try to go for this. EG have been putting high priority in taking towards middle, pressuring off the back of that through vents, potentially towards A, or that nice adjustment back up towards B. So using that as a keen pivot point. Now, can they exploit that rotation. It's very difficult when you've got that Cypher, though, sat there with that safe bit of information. They can pull away Chronicle, the early man, cheat him over towards B. Having full faith in that very late setup. Jorgamo's still showing a lot of presence, while we can see the rest of EG congregating back around towards that A site.
I think at this point now, even with no information, the smokes at least here, Alpha will get an indicator nice and early on. Jorgamo pops the showstopper, might actually be able to catch Fnatic in rotation here.
Okay, it doesn't get what he wants, but they still haven't got to the site. They haven't made that cross just yet. Now the first couple of steps gonna come through. Team 1's cleared through the site, but Alpha's connected towards Ethan. Next up, Boaster gets it! Swings down Jorgamo! Cross ain't safe anymore. Spike picked up, ult comes in. Chronicles caught Boostio and Demon 1 and Com are left in a dire scenario. 17 seconds, no plant to their name. And you already see Alpha getting closer, denied by Demon 1. Next challenger to come through. Demon 1 still looking. Might lost the angle he has. Chronicle, that bit closer. Com turns on a dime, he tried! And he failed, Fnatic. Pulling out another round here. Oof.
There's an opportunity with that showstopper. You could see almost catching Fnatic. The stars are almost aligned for Jorgamo. But these late round hits towards A, Fnatic are always able to stay ahead of them. Even here, just a 1 kill off the trip potentially, and Fnatic then have to just sit back, force the plant out. Even here, I mean, forcing the first plant to readjust. And then, what, 12 seconds left on the clock. Nothing is comfortable towards A site for EG.
A bit of a switch up now. Now he's starting to address those problems. They've got a different look for you. Oh, Fnatic is so ready for this. Darker wants to just get into it. He's got one down. Jorgamo goes off, right back into the paint shell from the grave. Jorgamo drags him down with him. And now a 4v4, but look at the purchase here. Are any of those weapons recoverable? Not really. I mean, Team 1 will be fine, but it's Boostio on that Sheriff. There could be a problem.
Comstade posted up behind this. Perfect read from Fnatic as well. To flip the script, basically now go to a 4-1 stack with Alpha being the solo towards B. Team 1 can get done here. Maybe a chance actually to recover that rifle, but Boaster, he finds a spam.
The spam off the back of just the Seekers trailing through is going to take away Demon 1, who's a big proponent of this round, looking maybe a little bit more competitive, but Chronicle on the side can advise some time. Gives himself the angle and gives himself the fight. The paranoia sent in is perfect. Ethan goes down, and EG now just being bullied around the map. They can't get past Ramp. They can't get past Chronicle.
Some beautiful setups being demonstrated here by Fnatic. I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout as early as this. Potentially in the following round from EG.
Yep.
This pace change comes through. Like I said, the read from Fnatic is sublime. Previously, EG finding a lot of value on this pop towards ramp. The double satchel across from Jorgamo. It gets shut down here. And back to basics here. Fnatic Alpha back on A site.
Talk about bread and butter. Certainly the case for Fnatic. You're starting to see them flex a little bit here. Starting to see some of that depth and capability too. Yes, we know the strength of Alpha's positioning, but then just kind of like adding that little bit of a twist to it once in a while, taking away from it, allows no comfort for EG. They don't get to find out or get that kind of pulse point of this game. Back to this middle progression. Demon 1 looking for that first opportunity. Pop flash in. Joker on the other side, but it's the jump spot from Leo that could give away the game here. Yeah, Demon 1 looks very dead. It's actually Com to go down on the other side of the map. Durka's main shell's going to find Demon 1, and none of the players really from EG finding any footing here.
It's just a frenzy, 2 sheriffs to work with now, but a 3v5. Jorgamo tries to slip through. If he did get spotted there. Chronicle still holding the corner. Ethan, a lot of pressure towards Durka. Will find the kill, but response is there from Boaster and Leo. Poised here to clean things up. Boostio will fall.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to need that timeout now.
Yeah, it's... I hate to say it, but this one's feeling pretty reminiscent of the first split between these two teams.
Yep.
Need to see that switch up from EG, and whether or not they feel comfortable, and the answer being some set pieces, choreographed executes here, but Fnatic barely breaking a sweat, honestly. They are dictating the game right now.
And Fnatic are traditionally incredibly strong, but it feels rare to me that I see them being so proactive in determining the outcome as well. Like some of these old setups and these set pieces, they are very much, I guess, determining the full pace of how the round plays out.
Well, this feels a lot like what we saw Fnatic do versus Paper X on Lotus, where they were waiting for Paper X to just burn up everything,
Yep.
rush towards a site, and like I said, just find 1 or 2 kills when that deep dig comes through. Actually, we've seen this trap before elsewhere.
Jeez.
Not executed correctly this time around. Durka actually pops the showstopper here to try and find something. So it actually does come through a ton of damage onto Ethan.
Demon one's deep.
The Demon one slipped through.
Yeah,
How has that happened?
Way deeper than expected. Isolates Boaster quite cleanly. I don't think Boaster had any idea that anyone could be up by Melrim. So he's gone down, and that's opened up space.
Opened up space and found a kill. I feel like that's the first time a trap player has actually been punished.
And I mean, it looks like Fnatic went for the gamble of clearing over towards A. They find nothing. They now know what's coming their direction. It's going to be Leo on the other side, the man that caused him all that hurt on this very site. The divide to play behind. The Viper's Pit going to go up.
30 seconds left.
Fnatic looking to flood here. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but look
2
at
already
Jorgamo.
inside the pit.
How deep do they check for this guy? As soon as this goes, he can absolutely be the death of them. He's going to find one, but Chronicle took down Boostio, so how much more can Jorgamo do? Demon One's found Leo, so it's all going their way, but he can't quite see these players. Down low on HP. Chronicle can't recover in time. Demon One held it. A little bit of life in EG now.
I said the first time that actually the trap play doesn't go in favor of Fnatic, and benefit being EG not only find that space, control mid, they find a kill on the back of it. Close to falls.
Spike down.
I have no idea how he's been allowed to get to that position behind it. Like I said, we've seen this trap play with the camera, the fault line, the paint shell, the aftershock. Everything gets dumped into where Jorgamo drifts into vents, but if it was execution slightly off or the timing was slightly off, and EG capitalized from it. Second on the board.
They're looking to fight out in middle as well.
I think, yeah, I was going to say, the only thing is the detriment being it's drawn the operator out for Durka.
Yeah, big challenge. Dog dealt with, gets back to his angle. Flash has to respect it. They're now closing up. He was fully blind. Did he see Jorgamo? I think he did. Now he does. And now he's in a little bit of danger. Paint shot to the feet. Does he get away? No! Durka denied, and they get away scot-free. Another first pick here, untraded.
And EG able to slow down behind this. Boaster paranoia,
What?
invested, but on a wild swing.
That's a little too ambitious there. Might need to cool down a bit himself. Giving over 2 opportunities now.
Not anticipating being boosted up on these double boxes. Maybe thought he had that safety net with the smoke still being up on the stairs, but definitely looked awkward. Alpha just set up in...
He's just such a
yeah,
rat.
such a ratty position here. Adjustment on the camera. Trip in towards vents.
But I was about to say,
I
Chronicle's
was
been
going to say,
so
yeah,
nasty.
nearly lining them up.
Gonna pop the showstopper.
30 seconds left.
Trying to clear that space through here. These late presences in mid, coming out this time from Com, for example, really nice. Trying to keep some control of this map, limit some of those options. How long does he hold this, though? 1 to 7, not exactly a headliner performance, but the value on this could be huge. The operator looks like the key prize they want to take back into their hands.
I think Com's heard the swap as well, so...
Got to know that.
Well, Com will look to challenge here.
What's their money like? 2.7 now? Oh.
Did Alpha spot? I don't think he spotted.
Oh, that's huge. That's the operator down. Gets picked up by Leo.
Big gap, though, to close for anyone else for EG to come back and retrieve this.
They
Now
drop in the op.
Yeah, Leo's rifle in hand. Doesn't want to risk it.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, a chance here to maybe get one back on the board regardless.
Yeah. I think Chronicle can certainly drop one out if he wants to.
But EG follow up. Find their third.
These entries, they seem like 50-50 to say the very least, right? Like, that follow-up on Boaster, sure, that smoke in place above the box. I think he was just completely out of it. But even finding Durka at the start there, going for those openings is getting a little bit more dangerous. Do we see a switch up of pace? Do we see Fnatic adjust themselves?
But traditionally, you'd see Durka post up in that same position as the Jet and have that get out of jail free card.
Correct.
Doesn't have the same safety with the satchels.
Speaking of satchels, Jorgamo off to a quick beginning. Straight up towards Vents. Starting to determine their own destiny here. Durka noted. Paranoia sent in the swing. Gorgeous timing it. You can see the synergy. Now, fortunately, I don't see any damage done.
I mean, Demon 1 took a little bit of chip damage there, but Ethan immediately heals him back up. Down to 14 shield. That's a follow-up, though.
Bloody
22
hell.
HP now. You have to get healed once again. And that's, yeah, all the way back up to 100, so no harm, no foul. We'll be lacking that shield ahead of the next engagement.
Yeah, but it's Chronicle and Alpha. If they try and go for this ace split,
And they make noise.
safety. Yep. He's got to know what's coming in. Jorgamo wins that? And now the pinch, right? Does Alpha do something horrific to EG? He's going to catch Com at the very least. TP taken, posted on the side. Catching out Demon 1 seemed none the wiser. Now the timing on that, okay, didn't expect Jorgamo to be working around by that tower, but now look at the lurk as well coming in. Busio, late presence in middle, but can the two weather the storm on the site? They've got 3 players facing them down. Timing is everything. Flash doesn't reveal as much as they'd want. Alpha's the one to catch that.
Durka did just double-check Vents, by the way. He's trying to bait out Boostio. And he's done it! He's going to catch him! That's the lurk gone!
God! And now down to the 2, Jorgamo and Ethan. Gonna need a big round from Ethan here. 6 seconds on the flash, but it's actually Jorgamo to deliver. Needs nothing short than an ace. But Alpha controls it at the very end. Doesn't drop the ball by any means, and Fnatic pick back up. It's 6 now.
Beautiful awareness shown by Durka there. You can see him heavy stepping, spamming a couple shots here and there. Baits him out of that lurk perfectly. I'm saying, actually, this adjustment of Alpha's utility and the setup as well. A couple of times now, EG, where they have looked to increase the pace a little bit. Oh my God, Alpha. I mean, it looked a little snappy from the other POV, but beautiful stuff.
He almost got a smile from Leo.
It almost, yeah.
It didn't happen, but...
Smirk.
6-3 now. Jorgamo, okay, that's audacious of a beginning.
EG following up with this pace change, though. A little more aggressive, a little more bursty in the open of each round. Alpha forced back a little deeper here, and actually nothing in terms of utility other than the camera to control that choke point now. So now I'm interested to see where Fnatic lean on this setup. A minute 2 towards Vents, Boaster towards stairs. And A-Site giving up for retake, maybe on the back of the Rolling Thunder being available.
Okay, Boaster identified, Jorgamo closing in or just posting up?
There.
It's so tense now, paint shot. Primed, Boaster. What's he see? I mean, there's a flash coming his way, something. Paranoia should be excellent. That should catch all through. Demon 1 breaks ahead of it. Takes out Boaster. Leo overwhelmed. Demon 1 trying to catch a light in this round. Denial of that pace change, so they can't then close it on the side. They're being held back here. Chronicle trying to close them down. He's got Alpha by side, but the timing is not right. Chronicle falls. Durka trying to punch across. He gets a dink. He's a down low, but they overwhelm Alpha. And EG have taken the side by storm. Spike in the hands of Ethan. Yes, he's the lowest of them all. So now it's a little bit dangerous, gets a little bit worrisome because it is still Durka on the other side. Any other player
He missed the satchel.
plants in. Didn't get what he wanted there.
And Ethan's down at 10 HP. That would have been huge if that connected.
What do you do with this? I don't think there's much more
I
to
think
be
he's
done.
giving it up, yeah. And you look at the funds. Durka down to 100 credits, cannot buy back, no showstopper available. A beautiful as well, yeah. Boaster connects with the Paranoia, but Demon 1 actually
Closes
capitalizes on the near side, inside that cloud burst, follows up with 2 more. Big round from him. Durka left you, try and cling to this rifle. I'll come back to the same point though, EG now stepping up the pace, and that's the awareness you wanted to see. Like I said, these late rounds weren't working for them because Fnatic were winning the information game.
And
Time and time again.
I do like seeing these players, especially from EG, trying to pressure Fnatic early. It puts them under a new sort of, I guess, problematic issue, right? It's like, okay, how do we deal with this? Do we have to invest our utility early? Do we have to be a little bit more heads up? They can't then take any of that kind of early space for free. They have to be very diligent. Now it looks like the adjustment from EG is maybe that pace change over towards that A site. We haven't seen that tested quickly yet.
That's when you get worried, though.
Yep.
When you test the anchors of Fnatic. Chronicles here. I'll get confirmation, I guess, on the back of that wall being invested, but no pop just yet. Alpha won't be spotted on this double updraft.
Nope. Sat safely behind that pillar.
Could have progress elsewhere, though, from Fnatic. That's going to draw Chronicle back towards heaven. Even a Trailblazer to confirm.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing outside B.
At worst, they're in middle, right?
Another big win for information on the side of Fnatic.
Seeing nothing. Alpha will get the info on this.
He's calling it now.
He still has Chronicle nearby.
I've got your trail.
We're about the minute marker here. So the Seeker's going to come down, reveal pretty heavy presence towards CT. Flash towards backside, finds nothing. They start moving forward. Clearing as they go. Not caught this time. Plant should be there. Don't think that's going to be denied.
Nope, not going to catch.
Okay, 5v5 post plant. Oh, look at this positioning. Oh, Boostio got caught out so badly, but a big trade for Com. Jogomo then trying to pick up the pace a little bit, trying to survive by CT. 3 players on the other side, Leo up towards heaven.
Dude,
Has he got a
try and
flash?
pop out.
Oh, Ethan's not got a flash at all. 10 seconds. The turn of the flash is good for Ethan, though. And now the brawl begins. Ethan gets away with his life, but it's a 3v2. Fnatic hold the numbers here. And Com, that's dangerous as hell. Barely getting away with that. Information about to be fed through Ethan. Position now noted. Diffuse started. He's got to try and deal with some of these players here. There's so many problems, though. Ethan, this could be everything. It's not going to happen. Leo holds him at arm's distance. And Fnatic again deal with EG.
Heartbreaking for Boostio to fall there. He's the late post-plant piece for EG with that gravity run. We've seen it before as well. God, that's how Demon 1 falls.
Oh. Leo's very good at this game.
That's heartbreaking. I think it might even just be a mini-map moment.
Yeah, more than likely. More than likely. Maybe looking at that little post-plant
We're
setup.
going to have a brawl here. Look at the
Oh, here we
minimap.
go.
Chronicle set up with the fault line once again.
Yep. Paint shell in. They're committing. They want this fight there. Dirk has got 2 dead. EG have strewn across the ground. Information now noted. And Alpha starts to hunt.
Is Com going to expect this?
He looks none the wiser. Oh, Alpha. This man has controlled half of this map.
Yeah. Like I said, he sets up so many of these set pieces for Fnatic, creates so many options, so many opportunities. Reflected here in the control that Fnatic have. Boostio, though. Catch on. Chronicle not spotted and will punish for it. Ethan, though. First response. There with the follow-up. An 8-4 half for Fnatic.
Every time you take a step forward, every time you think EG are getting a little bit closer, you rolled your mind back to the last time they met on this map, you thought, okay, this was a good map for them. They had that really competitive side. Fnatic elevate. They have that extra depth to go to, that next look to lean on. And now we're seeing Chronicle having a fantastic series. You're seeing Alpha controlling half of the map himself. Fnatic.
Like I said, the adjustment wasn't forced by
Yes.
EG. It was Fnatic choosing when to switch things up. And that's an uphill struggle. We know that.
Absolutely is. Can they try and change the outcome now? Fnatic sitting with 8 rounds on their side, EG with merely 4. And as I said, the pace suiting Fnatic to a T, and Jogomo being hunted down very early on, forced away. You can see the confidence! And you can see why! Durka lands an out of this world shot on Ethan, adjusting. Jogomo gonna get one back, hold on! They're going back to back, sort of ridiculous here, Sneer. Now what is going on? Leo and Boaster now? No plant down. Okay, time's added to this now. Time's on their side. They can isolate Boaster. He's been spotted. But we've got to think about that additional player. Where is Leo in this? D1 took down Boaster. Frenzy to hand. It's a bit of a mess at this range. You can see the smile creeping up on his face. He was not going to outdo the Sheriff there. Diffuse comes in. EG, gonna get the first in the second half.
Jorgamo slips the net here. You can see Alpha sets up towards ramp, and he doesn't catch him. First plant punished, and Jorgamo even follows up on it.
Spike down.
I didn't know where the camera was there. I'm not sure if Alpha's sat in camera looking towards something, but like I said, Jorgamo just slips through undetected. Demon One testing his mouse one button, obviously.
Wow, that's good.
What I'm saying is, if he gets back to the form of the last few weeks when he was popping off in-game and in the interviews, then that's the scariest thing for Fnatic to worry about.
There's still worry here in my mind, because Fnatic can convert these second rounds. They've got Sheriffs, they've got Frenzies. Early information has been found, but Jorgamo better be ready for what's coming his way. There's potentially a lot of players looking to maybe punish that rotation as well. Chronicle and Boaster. I'm gonna look up middle. Most of my games I've just tucked to the corner for now. Anyone lazily clears through and he gets a freebie, but looks like the end goal will be that A site, and EG respecting it enough to sit deep towards CT.
I think maybe that Lotus round 2 loss sticking in their heads right now. Much deeper hold. Travelers is sent out, but will only spot Durka. Com got to be careful here because he's tagged down to 70 HP.
Blinded.
Okay, they're backing away though, but we haven't seen that full rotation yet from Fnatic. Like, until now, really, taking all that long route through T-spawn. EG haven't pulled players either. Like, you can see that they have got the additional man there, yes, but there's still 2 on the B site. You still have Demon 1 here. You still have Boostio. They haven't overly rotated away, and that's big info. Demon 1 doesn't need to overdo this, but again, I guess you can't play normal 5v5 Valorant against Fnatic. But you can ask Boostio to absolutely decimate them on the cross. And Boaster asked to fall, but fall nonetheless. EG getting the second.
I'm curious with this setup here whether or not Demon 1's going to be pulled across towards a B site hold. We know Boostio targeted in the previous season, and actually when he was anchoring on B site, and he's fairly committed positions around pillar towards backside, playing on default on the jump spot. There's something else that Fnatic definitely look to address. EG come into this, going to try and protect the economy as much as possible. Except for Boostio, going to buy a judge down to 400. Maybe on the buy round, potentially, we'll see what I was talking about, but here it's a double stack for Demon 1 and Jorgamo on the box.
Oh, this could be devastating for Fnatic too. Yeah, Demon 1 goes down, but there's still Jorgamo here. Can he get out with his life? Yes. So they've taken away Durka. Alpha making slow but continual progress over towards A as well.
Actually retrieves the Guardian as well, Jorgamo. Alpha trying to slip through. Majority EG still over towards B site. Plenty of time to work with for Fnatic. Ethan will actually catch most of that. But potentially a little bit of a red herring, to be honest.
Does it keep him there a little too long? I mean, you still have someone like Com leaning like he can hit that A site if he needs it.
Problem being with Boostio on a judge, if he gets pinched from heaven and main, it's going to be so hard for him to find value.
Yeah, the only bonus is there is no dog anymore. The flash didn't quite crest the corner, so Boostio gets another shot at this. That's massive! One mistake with a flash and it doesn't work out for them. Com's fallen, so no support systems on the way. Boostio is living on borrowed time. 28 seconds, and Suzanne, oh my god, he's got another! They've all gone through on heaven. Ethan spots out one more, progresses forwards! Oh my word! How dare I doubt Boostio?
Goes huge. And the slightest of errors on that flash plays him in perfectly with the judge.
And even just using the dog earlier to clear out by B, a couple of those key tools taken away from them, and suddenly that judge becomes deadly. And that flash, as you said, tiny bit longer around the corner, different.
One enemy remaining.
The flood comes through as well. The reinforcements arrive just in time.
Let's get it, baby.
And EG will do what they've done before, yes. Will put themselves back in a position now with 3 rounds unanswered now. 1 away from Fnatic. Light investment here from Fnatic. Stingers. Spectre. EG gotta respect this.
They have to be so crystal clear in these rounds because, as we've noted, the threats can come from bloody anywhere with Fnatic. Alpha could hit, you know, this nutty shot over towards A, and then suddenly it's, you know, someone like Ethan on an island.
Oh no.
Yep, hello. There it is. And now Ethan's on an island. And do they lean into this? Luckily for them, Ethan is solid as a rock. Demon 1 wants some information. He finds almost too much. Takes away Durka's head. The paranoia doesn't find them anything as a response to the slow there. The counter utility to deny that. But you saw that potential, Mike. Look how deadly that round almost got.
Ethan actually spots out Chronicle on the Trailblazer combo here to provide some support. Boaster trying to counter that back, but a ton of damage done.
Yeah, trying to go for that deep swing. Not going to have any of that. EG. Bring us back to 8 apiece now.
Very well controlled, actually, to still have 4 alive here. There was a couple of really scrappy engagements going on.
I thought Heaven was going to be a bloodbath, right? Like, managing to get away with that many standing is quite surprising.
Only the neural theft available for Alpha on the side of Fnatic, but 1 away for the TP, 2 off the showstopper. Actually similar for EG as well. Blade Storm in the hands of Demon 1 though.
Watching this spot.
I think here, yeah, on this round in particular, Demon 1 back over towards B side to address potentially what was a concern last time. And deep exploration, actually. Look at this.
Ooh.
We didn't see a lot of this last time.
No, but it should reveal Boaster is holding on towards this, but not going to draw blood necessarily, but that's big info. Again, you're relaying all of that. You're starting to get the picture of what Fnatic looks like while they're working early in these attacking rounds.
If Boaster's posted up in this lurk and finds a kill potentially, he will be able to TP back across to A. But where he's at right now, he can't really invest smokes towards A side.
Wow, Durka taken down to about 40, but healed up here. Follow-up flash. They have, I guess, the additional player again of comms somewhat playing around here too. Fnatic finding no easy openings. Ethan tucked on site, Jorgamo towards CT. And there's the burst. Durka slowed down though, denied on the way in. Pain shell, it's huge! Jorgamo gonna find Durka, but it's out from the trade out. They aren't clearly cleaning through just yet. Finally, Ethan swings it. Perfect! The follow-up. Oh, Ethan! A third for him! Surely no more. 8 bullets in the mag. Alpha on the other side. It's a 50-50. The shots come in. Ult comes out. Alpha's gonna make a go of this. A 1v3 is not out of the realms of his possibility, but not today. Demon 1's gonna take him forward here.
Huge round from Ethan there. Com even looking to support on the back of the flash. You can see those tiny little synergies coming together for EG. Oh,
Wow.
this is beautiful from Ethan. Ice cold from the veteran of this EG roster and gonna force the timeout of Fnatic.
Said it before, people overlook Ethan as one of those like veterans of the game because he's still so young. It's ridiculous how much history that man has. Having rounds like that is huge, right? It just gets you pumped up. He's sitting on 7.4K after purchase, after everything. Got the ult ready to go, he's golden. Fnatic have pumped the brakes. Enough has happened on this streak of rounds. What is it, 5 now on the trot?
Yeah.
Coming out from EG, the Fnatic have gone, right, we need to stop this now. We need to get a grip back on the game. You can't allow them to play their game as highlighted by just about anyone. Right now, EG is starting to play their own game. Deny Fnatic that comfort and leave them in this tattered purchase. Bulldog, Spectres, Stingers, Guardians. But damage, can they do any? Can they make a threat really occur in this round? There's a couple of, you know, dangerous battles up towards Heaven. Do they lean back into it?
Slow approach here. Dirk are going to be left to maybe create a little bit of pressure on the back of Alpha's utility. But Trailblazer will confirm there's no stack behind Durka, and he's removed so early on. But it's pulling the rotation, or at least a moment's hesitation to consider it.
Yeah, Boostio just committed back to the site, trying to support towards Demon 1. Flash gonna go in to follow. You can see them trying to lean their way forward. The flash is fantastic. Fnatic starting to crunch towards the B side. Demon 1 in danger. 30 HP, overwhelmed. Fnatic are here. And now 2 remainers, Ethan and Con. What can you do about it? Seekers go through, they want to work fast, but Seekers on the way back in as well. Spotting at least 1, maybe 2 towards backside. They're looking for Leo, they find him, but they can't take him down. Com's in danger, switches out, gets the chance for a reload. And Boaster with the TP just to get away. Caught on the cross though, Ethan denies Leo. And now it's down to Chronicle on the site, and Boaster watching their way forward. 30 HP, Boaster's found Ethan. Oh, Fnatic, always deadly, always dangerous. You are never out of the round.
They actually leaned back on a pacey B-site hit. The back of Durka falling very early, like I said. For a moment, both Demon One and Boostio give up those early angles. And they have to turn their attention back when the fault line's invested. And Fnatic pounce on the opportunity.
1 enemy remaining.
Okay, 9-9 now, EG hitting the brakes, right? This is a chess game. When you look at this, this is such a brilliant battle of the minds between these two. Mini gave him something in that. It was a lovely little approach to it. I mean, it was just well thought through. And as I said, that one fall coming in from Durka, he goes down on A, that little bit of hesitation opened up just that tiny amount of opportunity. Now, EG need to form a response. Up until this point, they've been pretty much flawless. That felt like
Absolutely.
a, up the sleeve, let's see if it works, pull it out. All right, cool. It's given at least Fnatic a goodbye coming back in and 1 away from Chronicle's ult. Outside of that, though, you noted the ults are highly favorable to EG here. They've got so much on their side still, and the operators just come out.
I'm actually surprised to see, coming out of a round win, that Fnatic didn't get a couple more orbs online here. Chronicle being the key one that you would have wanted to see come out of a round win.
Yeah.
Puts them in a position to maybe create some early round aggression. Maybe lean back towards a full out execute here. So Fnatic spread pretty thin. And a total switch up for the defense here from EG. Boostio sent back towards A site, or towards screens here. It'll be Demon One and Jorgamo committed towards this B site hold.
Flash didn't connect towards anyone, so Fnatic get to work in the shallows for a little bit. Closing in the gap. But again, they have players. They have players ahead of most of this utility, right? So Com is going to be noted, so he's got to be careful now. So now the kind of mid-control sits favorably towards Fnatic.
Players of this progress are beautiful as well, clearing so much space for Durka. Potentially to try and catch Con with that fault line on the back of Trailblazer contact, but EG able to slip away unscathed. That's it, look as if they're looking more and more towards this A site split, which could be problematic. Com committed towards site, Boostio just checking anyone hasn't slipped through.
And the rotations are far, right? With
Yes.
Ethan being where he's at, there is no support anywhere nearby. That flash, he needs to get moving. Ethan just cleared towards heaven. He knows no one's there. The calls should be coming in fast that we are in danger on A. They have to almost over-deliver here. You just heard it as well. Rocket in hand, Durka closing in towards the site. Com is living on borrowed time here. Yeah, he's gone down, nothing more to be done, but Boostio does very well. Finds 2 himself, but the response from Durka is gorgeous. Plant now gonna come through. And a 3v3 post plant. Let's look at those positions.
That's huge though. Look how much damage Durka took. Gonna swap out here. Demon One does have the Blade Storm as well. We'll have a rifle here to close the gap.
Durka actively taking a fight. Actively looking for this. Jorgamo unleashing, but he eats the flash! And now there's so many problems for Demon One unleashing Fury. Finds his way towards the first, but the second. You're not gonna catch Leo here, surely. 13 seconds for another flash. He's already got 1 in hand. Both trying to draw the attention, plays in Leo, and now a 1v2. Ethan, it's almost impossible. Fnatic outplaying him now. Double digits made. Gorgeous early work coming in.
And this is all on the back of that one Trailblazer. We've seen a similar execution towards mid with the TP from Boaster across behind this Poison Orb. Boostio nearly makes this doable.
Yeah.
Boaster with a huge kill onto Jorgamo. Yeah, Chronicle and Leo paving the way for Durka to find all this space on the map.
Yep. Still, ult's favorable to EG here. Demon One having to depend on this now.
Con one off the pit as well. That could be a huge mid-round ultimate to find. Ethan will spot 2 though, Alpha and Chronicle revealed.
It feels like you've identified maybe an end goal. But Demon 1 looked a little proactive on that. I was wondering if he was actually going to follow that train of thought up further. But Fnatic have now kind of pushed and pulled EG into a 3-man stack on A. Do they dare continue to go down this route, though?
I think on the back of being spotted here, you can see now, actually, Durka and Boaster looking to create a little bit of pressure towards B Heaven. Demon 1 still with the Blade Storm here. Not gonna find anything just yet. Com has to respect the nade. And Fnatic drifting back towards this B site hit, but EG
EG are matching.
Yeah.
They're putting
Ethan's here already.
Yeah, a lot of faith left in Demon 1 over towards A. Yes, he's got Jorgamo by his side. And maybe the right call. That should find no one with this deep posturing towards CT and late towards Heaven. Looking like they want to readdress Heaven now. The wide swing takes down Boaster. Alpha's still around though. They're not out of it yet. There's still presence here. How much damage can one man do? A whole lot. 21 HP gets traded. Jorgamo's there. Leans a little further forward. Now on the site. Leo, Durka, and Chronicle. Chronicle still has utility. Ooh, chip damage, yes, but not enough to change the outcome just yet. Jorgamo towards the side, joined by Busio. Flash comes in, denies the next step, but is now down to Leo. A 1v4 is not going to happen. We're back up to an even affair now. Finishing there with a flourish. A 10 apiece.
This is a beautiful exchange of information here. Seeing both teams swing back and forth across the map. I think EG played this retake perfectly as well. Great awareness on what Fnatic are going to try to achieve early on. They have a couple of players posted up late on this. Alpha pinched so early on in that. And he's really the pivotal player in terms of that post plant for Fnatic. At that point, things fall apart. Leo and Chronicle get split up. Cosmic Divide comes in. EG pile on the pressure.
Spoke about it earlier, how much impact this could have as well. Com's got to be cautious though. Alpha will always test. If he sees weakness, he will have it. But has to respect this for now. So that does at least deny a little bit of some of that maybe easier access towards A. Going to control some of the portion of the map. But allows Fnatic to focus a little bit more towards middle. Again, early utility dealt with, but Durka wants to close down. Jorgamo's not made it far here. Shorty waiting. Now he's in danger. He's given away a bit of the game. He's got to be careful.
Demon 1 and Jorgamo feeling a little bit of pressure. Fnatic are desperate to punish Jorgamo's position in the early round. Once again set up for this trap play with the fault line. But Fnatic, a pause for thought here.
Are they thinking to go through vent? What? It looks like Leo's double checking on anyone trying to find information from B, so going to send a flash to really...
But EG read this as a very deep flash. They know that's come from deep. It's just a probe sent out, Lauren.
Yeah. Another one.
30 seconds left.
You can see a little hesitation on Ethan, but they're mostly committing. And now off the back of that, they absolutely know it's coming their way. So Com's got to hold space. He's got some problems on his hand. One is Alpha. Removes him, now he gets back to business. He's got problems in the other form of Chronicle. Closing down, and now he's alone. The site's smothered, and Leo and Durka are turning on a dime. 13 seconds. Wait. Oh, okay, he didn't see him just yet. Boaster's just on the other side here.
Leo just killed
found him. How did he find it? Did a barrel show? Did he just spam? These two have nothing to say about this. They need to back away. That's 11 for Fnatic every day of the week.
It's all fallen apart for EG. This looked like Com had done enough to prevent a comfortable split coming through from Fnatic, but 4 through Heaven pays off for them. Jorgamo just caught off guard by the timing.
Yeah. I just don't know how Leo got that kill.
Yeah, what a flip. I don't know if Com just stepped out. You can see obviously under Boaster here is where Com fell. I don't know if he was just antsy to try and swing onto the plant potentially. He still had a little pocket to play towards hell, at least. It wasn't all the way to the wall. That's a tough break for EG.
Okay.
10 seconds left.
Oh.
Right, yeah, okay.
Oh.
What the hell is that?
Leo doesn't need extra help. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing pretty well for himself. That's horrible. That's horrible to witness. If you're a Fnatic fan, you'll take that with, you know, both hands. Like, yeah, absolutely. He just read it really well. But man, that is rough. But good adjustments now. We're starting to see that kind of, I guess, pendulum swing, right? Fnatic had a drought of 5 rounds. 5 rounds back to back. The EG were very much determining the pace. A little bit of switch up on the timeout. They won that bit of a force buy, almost kind of that half buy that came in. Got them back on track. Now they just tipped the scales in their favor, 11-10. Now I think if we talk plainly, for us to have a full 5, you've got to feel this has to go EG's way. If this starts going a little shorter, if Fnatic convert here in splits, which was EG's first choice, you start thinking that could be the 3-0.
I mean, Potter even said to them, this feels like their bread and butter, right? This is the map that ultimately the series is pinned on for EG.
Linchpin series,
yeah.
A map here. It has to be now. As said, it goes too far away. We go into the deeper maps. The scales tip heavily back to Fnatic's favor. There's still a fighting chance. They still have a bye here. Close to the ult on Ethan. Burnt so much in those last few. And Fnatic just about starting to take some of this momentum. This is where it gets scary times.
Total switch up here on the defense. Trailblazers sent out towards Alpha on 8. Jorgamo and Demon 1 here once again. I'm not sure here if they're a little bit antsy. They want to try and dig Alpha out of this position. Noted a second time.
He's got so much room to fall back to, though. This then puts, I guess, all the pressure on Demon 1. Does well for the first contact, but going to play his life, going to play ahead of this low paint shell, forcing him into fight. Paranoia. Oh, he's going to keep his life. 40 HP, he's still standing. Jorgamo's got his back, finding out from the other side of the map here. Chronicle, though, still dangerous, still deadly, but the crunch just ain't happening. Boaster and Leo, how much more can you do? Not enough. EG responding kind. We're tied up again at 11-11. EG digging in their heels now.
Yeah, it might just be one kill, but a huge play from Demon 1 to get ahead of that utility. Just find one before falling. Because that's the catalyst for EG to commit to this engagement.
Look at it.
This kill here.
Almost score Boaster too.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect timing from Jorgamo to split on the back side of this as well.
How many rounds do we highlight that Alpha is such a key element in these sort of rounds? Having him checked on, having him kept in check is everything for them. 11-11. Bloody hell, he's starting to heat up here now.
Crack starting to show in the finances for Fnatic as well, but hold that thought.
Yeah, no, Doug has just absolutely let off the leash. He's taking down Cobbs. He decimates Boostio. The site's his. That's the benefit of having Durka. Every now and then the bulldozer arrives, takes the site, gives you a plant, and you're looking good for 12.
Showstopper available here as well, but EG is 3. Do they respect this? They try and do some damage. Try and even get this retake started nice and early.
They need something. They need a kill. If they don't get it anytime soon, this one's all but done. Jorgamo gets away with it, though. Gets ahead of that flash. It's Durka on the other side who's having a miraculous round. 4 for him here. One of the best in the world at these sort of rounds. Every now and then, he'll pull that out of a hat, and it is just perfect.
The shift in tempo here is overwhelming. EG dropping like flies here. Yeah, Com2 back-to-back frustrating deaths for him. Didn't notice the dropout from Heaven, sorry, in the previous. And here just caught off guard as soon as the round starts.
If you want EG to go the distance, you are praying that this round goes their way. If you want Fnatic to close out clean, get that back-to-back, this is the round you look at.
And the repeat of the previous. It's either 13-11 or an overtime once again. And you know the margin, a matter of milliseconds.
Does history repeat itself once again? Can EG turn that fated tale around and take us to OT? Different site this time. Players fully prepared. Jorgamo ready, Ethan there, Boostio deep towards CT. Fnatic, careful steps forward, taking control by ramp.
Jorgamo and Boostio on a stinger though. So they want to try and get close quarters here. Come down on the judge as well. Not a full rotation coming through from EG just yet.
Ethan is playing on borrowed time, it feels like. He's got nothing. Absolutely nothing! And maybe history is set to repeat itself. Does he even get that close? Leo, the man who hammered that nail in the coffin before. And it's on Demon 1 and Comp. Show us what you're made of. You got a Judge and you got a Vandal. Demon 1 needs to summon some strength here. A good performance. But he's got to be sheerly demonic. That's the start. Com going to take down the first. Upgrade found. The time ticking. Demon 1 finds another, but it's not enough. Fnatic. Now tournament life on the line. EG could go out with a whimper, right? That second chance at revenge, coming back in after facing Paper X. Or is it Fnatic? Back-to-back international champions. Leo off to a start. Durka with the follow-up. And EG cut off at the knees here. Fnatic all too prepared, all too aware, not allowing a second of respite.
Just Demon 1 left now, 47 HP. A Ghost in hand, but it will need a 1v5. And Durka finds the wallbang. The Prime Gaming Flawless to kick off. Bind here. A heavy lean from Fnatic, all set up on the back of the anchor from Chronicle on B. All that utility basically set up for a TP crunch to try and bail him out. EG walk into the blender on A short. Yeah, okay. Although he was maybe just looking for it, but it was a random shot in the dark.
It happens. I guess the one thing with Chamber back in, you get a little bit more of a punch in these
to
rounds.
Some of the thrifties, yeah, and EG historically have had some really good game plans, especially here in Tokyo around addressing these lighter purchases.
And this keeps Fnatic on their toes. They have to be so on the money here. Just keeping track of what they're up to. You can see those opportunities waning a little now. Durka seems very heads up about this. He's like, hold on, I don't want to be peeking that. And Leo spams straight through, connects towards Jorgamo.
Catch for Ethan, swinging out here. Boaster unnoted, will find two with the stinger. It's just Boostio left, Sheriff in hand. Spammed out Durka, will find the last. Back-to-back Prime Gaming Flawlesses here.
Oh, this is a message. You thought that you could take Fnatic in a final. Really? In this form. Flawless round after flawless round now. Getting just weird enough to keep our attention drawn, but there has to be more to this now. This first buy coming in from the bonus for Fnatic. It has to do a lot to really get me on board.
See now if there's anything cooked up behind this. What the focal point of this composition is for EG. The first buy round coming through. 3 for Fnatic over towards B. Flash will catch. Durka, decent progress towards the showstopper already.
Very
and one
nice.
away now with that orb being retrieved.
3-play stack. Here on. Towards Hookah. Jorgamo got to play this right. Boostio with the burst coming out from Longbow. Going to take down Durka, but there's still 2 here. Not going to find the range to really bring much in. Boaster did have that Bulldog, so still able to do a bit of chip damage on the way. 4v2 now. Still holding a bit of space for that late TP taken. Target found. Target put down. Just Alpha left in a 1v4.
Bulldog in hand. Tries to catch it, but Demon 1 slips out of Hookah already. Ethan being the easy one at 37 HP, but Alpha stuck inside this smoke right now. I think just trying to bait out a peek hit. No attempt really to go for any sort of retake. As the time ticks away. CG will answer back early. Can they keep 4 rifles though? Does Alpha catch anybody on the retreat here? He does. Lucio will respond, so still 3.
Not the worst.
No, the opportunity obviously for Demon 1 to play out with a Pocket Guardian effectively.
He's quite good with that weapon too.
Yeah. He does
Kinda
lean
suits
to,
him.
he leans towards it a lot, yeah. Even when he's got a Vandal, he's trying to tap it out.
Yeah. Okay, but now we're going to see the kind of full force a little more. Boaster could be still on that Bulldog, but again, they have that showstopper. Really early work from Durka was massive.
And this is a round I'm looking towards because I was talking about Fnatic's overall approach to countering double controller setups, basically, to address default Viper walls. And this is another map where they demonstrate it, with Alpha heavily anchoring with his utility.
Blinded.
Basically a carbon copy of Split.
Yeah.
Sets in motion so many options, so many possibilities for defensive switch-ups.
First real look towards it as well in this round, but no follow-up off the back. Camera tucked in towards the corner. They can confirm that no one's drifted any further up. But it did pull Durka over, surprisingly. But again, it's a short rotate. Not like they're springboarding in towards that B site off of that one Lear.
The problem being, this deep trip in showers, Fnatic don't really feel an awful lot of pressure in terms of forcing a rotation. Unless Leo or Boaster get caught.
Shell will make him a little uncomfortable, allows him a little bit of a step forward. Boaster looking a bit overwhelmed here. Durka's going to post the showstopper, but EG clearing up the site. Boaster and Durka go down. Yeah, Demon One's barely breathing, but he'll be fine. On to Chronicle, Alpha and Leo. That should be the plant in. Tom's going to get a little uncomfortable in that. Probably should back away from it. There we go.
We're conscious there that Leo's going for the spam through the wall.
Oh!
Speaking of spam through wall, Jorgamo will fall.
Yeah, Boostio's got to be careful, because look at Chronicle, slip further ahead. And now Alpha's got his attention. Nice isolation, but Chronicle was ahead. And now down to a 2v3. The HP becomes a factor. Comms down to 22. Demon 1, 57. Flash still for Ethan. The Molly should be there. Keeps him secure for a couple more seconds. The time beginning to tick. Demon 1 takes Chronicle away. And Leo's best opportunity is just to back away and keep that rifle.
A nice cleanup here by EG. I'm sure if Boostio actually had a dismiss to pull away, but he's caught off guard by the second swing. Didn't know Chronicle actually repositioning behind that cage. Early on, EG will tie things up though. D1 baits out perfectly here with the TP as well. Showstopper amounts to nothing. Does have the ultimate online already.
I quite like this. I mean, you've now been given such a weird situation against you, right? The new conundrum of how do we face this? Because traditionally, we're probably not used to this, right, if you're Fnatic. So
Sure.
maybe just an early check-in.
I think as well, Mimi touches on something that EG have demonstrated the ability to really, really harness in terms of their playstyle, which is tiny little utility synergies around, obviously here, the Lear of Boostio, the flash from Ethan to set things up, but this isn't an exec-heavy composition. So you're looking for value from the default of EG, which would require Fnatic actually being the ones to go exploring, which doesn't happen often with this Cypher composition.
No, it doesn't.
The same sort of objectives for me though. EG need to go and address its utility. They can't allow Fnatic to sit back in these very, very comfortable holds.
Because you started asking the question, right? When do they start pulling Chronicle even earlier away, right? If they feel that confident and comfortable in the setups, they aren't being cleared, they can keep that player present a little bit longer, a little bit later on the rotation. Now, yes, EG actually won that round without the setup being tested, but still, you'd like to see that protocols addressed early on, so it's fresh in the minds of EG here.
Sure, and that's because it was so apparent on Split. And we saw just how many different little looks that Fnatic had in terms of trap plays, in terms of set pieces for aggression. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. Shaky purchase here. Guardian and a Spectre for Fnatic, and Durka punished off the rip.
Does Demon 1 win this fight? Yeah, he does!
Yeah, he does.
Takes out, they've won 2 massive fights on either side of the map.
This is exactly the opening you want to see with this composition from EG. A pick on both sides here. Weakening the numbers of Fnatic.
Boaster, he's not really equipped for that. TP, away we go. Now, Leo did early rotate, so he's already got himself back towards that B site. See a little bit of hesitation on Boaster, doesn't want to overcommit here. But the smoke's going up, should really solidify this, and Leo's going to hear a whole lot of presence. 2 flashes, still got the dog. With the plant down and 5 standing. So much to overcome.
Look at Com. Com is so disconnected from this. Probably got a geeky lineup from downtown for this sort of plant on B. Fnatic will give it up. Leo, yeah, considering maybe dipping his toes, but Like I said, a shaky purchase here. Boaster will get an upgrade from a Spectre to a Guardian. Feeling like they come away from that the best possible outcome. But yeah, just to come back to that point, this is exactly the opening that EG, I feel, are going to look for.
God, so and the mentality of we have to be quite confident, brawly,
Yeah,
go
it
for those
does.
opening picks. It's so hard to do that against 2 maps against you. When it's 1, you still have that map to play with, but when the best of 5, you've got 2 maps down. It depends a lot on confidence, so it's very, I mean, impressive and scary there, depending on this now. It's working.
Taking the lead early on. The other things you really question with compositions like this, I mean, obviously, Scrimbucks tell us that EG have been on fire, but testing it here versus one of the teams that, in my eyes, is the most versatile in terms of reacting to enemy prep, something that a team would bring out in this sort of situation.
Yeah, they're so able to play against any of those one-dimensional looks. Now, this round should pose less of a threat, but they have brought up a little around this. Rifle with Alpha, Leo still with his, you've got that Guardian in the hands of Durka, Judge with Chronicle. There should be a plan here. I don't think anyone's going to be able to deny that. Oh, wow, Alpha, did you see a pixel
What did
on that?
see? Yeah.
And Alpha brought down to 5 HP. He's actually lucky to be breathing. Chronicle flash turn, but he takes one with him. A second, no! Ethan overwhelms, and now it's getting dicey. 4v2, Ethan and Demon 1. Tested on all accounts. Fnatic starting to look very, very dangerous here. Gonna deal with the first challenge. That's going to be Alpha. A little bit of a labored spray, but Ethan's still alive. He's got 3 targets to find. A little bit of an over-investment. It's enough to get him to his knees. The fuse is there. And it got shaky, it got messy. But Fnatic were up to the task that time.
Like I said, this was on the back of a couple of weapons saved coming through. Minimal investment around it, but Orbital Strike committed just to stop this early momentum of EG.
I don't know if he even saw it.
I don't even think he saw anything.
Okay.
Oh, nice. It's another wallbang, similar to the pistol. A little bit of a pace change here from EG to maybe catch Fnatic off guard. Tour de Force online. I haven't said that in a while.
You want to play? Let's
Popped off
There
the
it
rip.
is. And it looks like pace is once again the name of the game. Demon 1 going quick to this, and they are investing everything. Giorgamo lets rip, but it's Boaster to trade out. Trying to quell this aggression, but Boostio's still ahead of this. Boaster on the side, Chronicle on the way. They still didn't check out Boaster. They still didn't clear him from that corner. He's got away with daylight robbery. What? How did you snap to Chronicle like that? And Alpha left reeling off the back, barely able to even rotate in time to get here by the time the plant's gone down. But that Vandal looks deadly in his hands. Gonna find one. How do you try and dig these players out, though? Demon 1's waiting. Com sits real deep. Gonna make this hard work for him.
Demon 1 actually gives up the angle here, so Alpha given a little bit of room to move whilst they stack up once again. Demon 1 with the timing to catch Alpha.
A lot of respect to Alpha there,
Yeah.
though. They weren't messing around with him at all.
Waiting for Com to rotate all the way back through and regroup. EG doubling down on that pace change from the previous round towards A. Giorgamo is through Hookah so fast. What?
Oh, wow. Yeah, Com's late here.
Yeah, disgusting.
Ooh.
Boaster unnoted once again on this position.
Yeah.
Just outside the window. I'm a little surprised to see that, actually. A couple of frustrated faces on the side of Fnatic.
I mean, losing to a comp like this does
Yeah, it
feel
does, yeah.
a little bizarre, right? Like, it definitely puts you into a different position where you have to think on your feet. Something we credit Fnatic for a great deal, though.
Absolutely.
Is their capability to do that. Finally, a bit of a test towards A early on here. Shower presence coming in. A little bit of a change up on those traps, though. Giorgamo should be able to note most of these coming in anyway. And the site's theirs, but do they clear meticulously? Not clearly enough. Alpha from the back lines, they didn't note Chronicle either. They've got a lot of presence to try and get past, even on the shaky buy. Chronicle going to be forced further forward. He will die for this, but he took one with him.
Huge to trade out there. Ethan trying to backfill this space now. Alpha, I don't think he will note the second player here.
Oh.
Busio, he didn't see either.
Wait, Boostio's cooking up something here. Oh, he's going ridiculously too deep, but Demon 1 up for the trade. Look at Durka! Oh, he's got the moves! Durka dodges everything! And denies EG around. There's no gap to be had, it's 4 apiece.
Durka slips into bullet time somehow there, avoiding everything from Demon 1. What the hell was that?
Yeah, Boostio went absolutely off the script. And then God bless Demon 1 for trying. Look at this, how?
That is ridiculous from Durka. But on the back of that, Fnatic to call a timeout once again.
Oh,
We heard from Mini earlier,
Yeah.
hinting at maybe wanted to clear comms up a little bit. With this comp, you've got to argue that it's maybe a little chaotic in there.
But it does give EG the opportunity to
It
talk
does,
as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that to me it's such a double-edged sword because, I mean, I wouldn't say EG are super like solidified yet. Yeah, they had a nice little run of rounds, but the last couple, Fnatic have been tipping the scales.
How many times do you catch Fnatic off guard, though? Again, we were just talking about this Boaster being one of the best, you know, problem solvers on the fly in terms of what he brings to the table as an IGL. I mean, this guy is forged through failure to get to the point where he is now. See if there's going to be any huge adjustment in terms of the game plan here for Fnatic. Ult's coming online now. Showstopper, Orbital Strike.
Yep.
One off the Seekers. And the pit available for Chronicle as well. So maybe going to see a defensive setup.
Boostio on the operator.
That's a weird one.
Yep.
Seen him do it obviously on the Killjoy as well, but let's try and make it work here on the Reyna.
Demon 1. Backfilling the timing on this quite perfectly.
And that trip's not there this time.
No, they adjust it in the last round as well. Giving a little bit more freedom. Does he catch the timing right? He's going to know Alpha's there as well.
Big
Demon
kill.
1 threading the needle so perfectly.
Yeah, Durka's here nice and early, but removes one of the heavy anchors for Fnatic. What else can Demon 1 find here?
Oh,
That's Alpha.
God!
He's so crisp.
Oh, the mouse will jump. Devastating for him. Durka probably had him dead anyway, if I'm honest, but they've drawn over 2 players just to deal with Demon 1.
Hey, what
so
is
it's
this
left
ping?
Leo.
They pinged that position. They commit the pace out towards it. The awareness is insane from EG.
Super heads up work from them. HO doesn't quite reach over. So they'll be in this post plant 4 now, standing pretty healthily. So Fnatic don't have option here. Time to back away. That was a round. That was a Demon 1 round.
I want to know why that ping is there. I don't know if Leo's maybe spotted.
been seen, a barrel, I
His
don't know.
rifle sticks out or something, but with the commitment of the paint show on the back of it, that is mad. I'd love to be able to see who that is because that's key information.
Yeah.
Leo tucks into a position to
Said he could have been good for 1 there.
potentially 2.
Yeah, it's Leo.
If they don't clear that and go for the plant, potentially. I mean, because they must assume they've pulled the rotation with Demon 1 finding so much value through showers. I said removing 1 heavy anchor, but then removing the second as well.
But we talk about spiral rounds, those kind of like momentum builders, the snowball rounds. Fnatic have one in hand here. Almost every single ult, and just watching this back is just...
I can't lose.
Satchel out.
I mean, it was before that though.
It was pinged when Hooker was still smoked.
Yeah. So how the hell did they...
Regardless,
Maybe
I'm
by the checklist,
impressed.
yeah.
I'm impressed.
Wingman's out with the trophy. Off we go. Pacey. They want to find the fight there. The flash through is great, though. It gives Fnatic the favorable fight, at least to control the area of showers.
Juggle
But look at the
plays
progress.
TP.
And Demon 1 outdoes Durka. And now Alpha's going to have problems backing away. Bushio's got him dead. Whoa, come on! How does Alpha win that fight?
Is that another mini-map moment for Boostio?
It felt like it. He had time on that.
EG answer back though. Alpha will fall. Boaster now in a position to try and do some damage.
Oh, he's seen
Spots
so
too,
much.
yeah. We're gonna know about at least a third.
don't know what he's meant to do with this, though. It's like he just caught glimpses, wisps of those locations. And now Demon One stops Chronicle in his tracks. Boaster and Leo, I'd back away at this point. Like, what else are you meant to do? You got Demon One watching any sort of access. Jordan basically closing him out of this round.
Dig a little deeper. Might need to catch
The
Leo, and he does.
timing, just as he was backpedaling away.
Wait, supposed to get past here. I mean, they're going to try and find him regardless. Boaster stands tall for the first. It'd be huge if they could remove this rifle. It's only Boaster and Leo at 1900.
But the fight, 21 against 23 HP. Joker's got him. Okay, rifle out of the hands. Finally, EG take a little bit of a buffer to this lead.
And actually, a little bit of breathing space. Because now you force Fnatic to completely readdress the back end of this half.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Looking here on the player cam.
Yeah, look,
he
minimap,
looks up, minimap.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
That's twice now we've seen
Yep.
it in fairly pivotal moments as well. Demon One back on the operator now. Tour de force available. Fnatic is 3 going to swing out. Nobody on the other side of things.
It's a weird eye as well.
Yeah, Frenzy, Sheriff, Stinger, 2 rifles. Some ultimates to invest here potentially.
They've got to clear down by B short so meticulously. There's 2 players pushed deep, and they haven't been presented this yet. Nice work from them. Okay. Oh, doesn't matter. Durka beheads Jorgamo, and they've done the damage now. They can back away from that.
Yep, create an advantage. This time able to reset off the back of it. Previously, a lot of pressure followed up on that first blood from EG. Busio has to get something done here, though. Chronicle's drifted into showers. Busio wins it.
Okay, they actually made some space on this. They had nothing on their side, really, apart from just that little kind of cubby approach. Now with the plant going down, a little bit of safety in showers, the Seekers, they can't make the most of them. Demon One, start feeling that pressure going his way, but he deals with it so well. Oh, Durka!
On the TP.
On the TP. And now a 2v2. Leo and Durka are up against Ethan and Com. They don't want to be saving these weapons anymore. They want to take the fight on this one. Ethan's still on the site. The cross could be watched by Com. Ethan sends back Durka, and now it's Leo. Oh, the swing! Run and gun from Ethan. Nastiness now.
With light investment here from Fnatic. Obviously playing towards the final round. Showstopper. 3 away for Durka. Orbital strike and a pit to work with. Oh. Gorgeous from Durka.
Nice!
And EG stretching their legs a little bit now.
When you hit the running gun.
When it hits just right.
Is this pace? 3-2 split towards the B side. Durka is going to put his body on the line. He'll defend this if he has to himself. Already going to take away the first. That was Boostio trying to lean in. Flash goes in. Durka's ahead again. He holds the line so well. Any more? No. This time he gets dealt with by Ethan. That's just the front line of this. Rotations are a mile away, though. Alpha and Chronicle only just leaving that site.
I think that's why EG second-guessed this, to be honest. They're expecting a wave of pressure to come back their way. They're waiting out this smoke now. Demon One has to respect it. Tour de force in hand. And now possibilities opened up for him. We'll know Chronicle's position on the back of the snake bite.
Demon One. That's a chance! Huge shot from him. 2v2 now. Tag towards Alpha, very light, but they work forward. 40 seconds down. Now they know. Oh, Ethan! He is starting to heat up here in Alpha. The 1v2! It ain't gonna happen! EG figuring it all out!
Heroics in the last round from Demon One and Ethan. And a big lead for EG to pull out here on Bind, where historically Fnatic have looked flawless.
This is just
Ethan's getting colder and colder as the rounds pass.
He's such a scary player if he keeps playing like this, but Demon 1
Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Yes.
perfect on that chamber too, making it look very viable. But the Reina on the side, look, it's fine. Less views than Tarek, it's all good, don't worry. 4-8, Fnatic haven't got the strongest of leads this time. There's a chance, but Michael, let's be realists about this. It's Reina and it's Chamber now on the defending side.
Yeah, and if anything, with this lead now, it's where actually the focus shifts in terms of the prep here for this comp for EG. So they have to take this chance to close out a map here. Fnatic looking to pop on the back of this Trailblazer here. Boostio, got to be careful.
Anyone help him? Nope.
He needs to get a kill and dismiss.
Oh my God, he did! He absolutely did it! Now he falls and Ethan's in danger. Goes for a double dip on this as well. Back in with that frenzy, just trying to hope for something to maybe land, but...
Well, chip damage done. Durka and Alpha at least brought down to 80.
Jogger on the other side of the map has taken a lot of room.
A lot of space, yeah.
I'm surprised that Demon 1 hasn't maybe decided to rotate. I mean, I guess there's a bit of a window.
I think he's coming across now.
They're walking showers. Wait.
This is so proactive from EG.
Yeah, this is actually nuts. If Demon 1 can keep their attention maybe towards Heaven or, like, you know, work on that, the map gets very
Boaster's
small
looking
here.
this way in the smokes.
30 seconds.
He's going to hear the
The
steps.
timing.
Com's going to hear all of this. He's got to call it out here. Decides to pull the trigger. That's a spike down and the follow-up as well. EG not out of the woods yet. Durka and Alpha, a dangerous duo. But Ethan's position, do they even consider it? 13 seconds. He can wait here patiently. The spray from the frenzy, not going to find what he wants. Information now starting to be gathered, but Durka barely breathing. 12 HP, it's not enough. And now it's all on Alpha. A 1v3 is out of the realms of reality. EG up to 9.
This re-clearance is so well timed by EG. You even noticed the Jorgamo, other side of the map, total control of the extremity. Very deep information.
That timing.
The Com actually follows through on this. Boaster was looking this way before
Yeah.
he popped into his iPad for the smokes.
It's
Just half a second here
Yeah.
and there.
But it's the fact that they were even exploring Shower at that point, right? Like, you get like a bit
Like I
of
said,
an
the
uncomfortable
timing is
trade.
beautiful.
So good to see them that proactive. It puts Fnatic with another question mark to them, right? It's like, okay, well, this is a bit weird now. All right, we can still do some serious damage here. The amount of rounds that Fnatic are turning, very possible. Doesn't get helped when you do have Demon 1 with that free Guardian, but Durka respond with pace. But Jorgamo all too aware of his tricks. Demon 1, careful now. Did he connect on Alpha there?
He did, yeah.
Of
Guess the
course.
tag. 58 converts the second. Looking to
There's the
farm up
frag.
a little bit towards the Tour de Force. Actually, yeah, drifting all the way out past Mountain here.
If Boaster goes down here, this round's Jova. It is.
Spike down B.
Leo and Chronicle. A million miles away, basically. It looks like EG are just trying to hunt them down across the map. They can't even cross up. You've got, what, Demon 1 watching that? Hello. I found you. Oh, dear.
Hard clip. Whoa, okay.
And Leo's still alive. Hold on. Nope. Probably not much longer.
30 seconds left.
Anything else will be big damage. Oh,
Big boys hit.
yeah. Bring across two Bulldogs and the Marshal here for Demon 1. 17 and 8, by the way, on the chamber.
When did we last see a chamber come out, to your mind? I'm trying to think if we saw it during any regular season play. Did anyone?
I mean, certainly not EMEA.
I don't think so, yeah. And it looks so good in his hands, though. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, it actually looks pretty solid. Now, bonus round for EG. Three full rifles and the two Bulldogs. On the other side, decent buy. Now, no big ults work towards it. It was mostly Alpha having impact. Yes, Durka's not a million miles off, but it's still pretty far away. So nothing to tip them over the edge here.
Strange setup here, actually, from EG. You see Com actually boosted up outside showers. Spike not committed just yet, but fairly indicative of an A-site hit here for Fnatic. One's looking to maybe bait in Com a little bit.
absolutely
MCP away, but the flash catches in. Durka with the hard clearance. Chronicle follows through.
Such heads-up work between Durka and Chronicle, still to clear deep. And this is all just falling very nicely for Fnatic right now. EG going for a little bit of a quirky setup, found almost zero value.
Well, probably being actually 2 Bulldogs and a Marshall brought in. Look at the funds here. Jorgamo down at 150. Ethan, Bulldog in hand, but down at 50 credits as well. Going to try and protect the purchase here.
Probably best
Maybe,
option.
yeah, I was going to say maybe a chance to get a judge in the hands of Jorgamo. But that's a massive round win for Fnatic because 4 rifles carried across. See, with the credits available there, actually puts them back into position to protect a light shield purchase following on from that as well.
I just still can't believe how diligently they cleared that. Again,
Yeah.
they had the dog to go through, right? Gets dealt with by Demon One.
Yeah, Demon One tries so hard to bait a little bit of presence to play Com in, but
Maybe if Com wasn't fully white at that point, he could have done something, but they were still checking.
I mean, there's a total lack of pressure from short as well. I think Jorgamo, I was curious actually if he took the chip damage before, but it's actually on this swing here. Durka a little bit frustrated there, to be honest, yeah.
In Series 16-11, they're, doing pretty well here. Something's got them a little tilted, it looks
And that's
like.
the mini effect. Striving for perfection time and time
Yeah.
again.
Now, what we have in this round is 2 rifles, the Bulldog, and bits and bobs. Now, hey, Demon One has got that Headhunter, so I guess that's a Guardian as well in hand. 5 to 10, though. Look at where Demon One is. Observers,
If you
thank
can, yeah.
Love you guys. Prius. Demon One, though, has really slipped.
Boasted didn't catch this. There's a trip here, and he actually walks into it.
Just completely tunnel vision. Now he's trying to scurry away. There was so much potential
Yeah.
for that.
You almost want to see him just sit on that trip, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Wait to catch somebody, because Alpha's going to retrieve the orb, and that gives them the neural theft and a safe body to convert it on.
Time to scurry. Yeah, he's going to come back around and invest that.
I
now.
know exactly.
At this point, though, it's just going straight on in. Oh, they were so ready for it. As soon as he got airborne, it's brought back down to earth. Leo outdoes Com comfortably. And the plant's going to come in. All off the back of Demon One there, really. Bit unfortunate, that could have been everything.
It could.
All that potential.
Like I said, he's given a little bit of space to work as well. Boaster doesn't catch him on that market cross initially.
Yeah.
Opts to try and take the trip away. And there's just so many Fnatic bodies here. Even if he's able to get around from that. Jorgamo, I didn't even catch that showstopper hits the box on short, but there's a world there where it does a ton of damage on short in that choke point. You'll respect it from Jorgamo, but another situation here, Ethan's holding on to a Bulldog.
Being left on these broken buys.
Yeah, 500 credits apiece for Jorg and Com. Anyone will be in a position to purchase back here, or maybe even drop across. I didn't note the progress towards the Tour de Force just yet. 3 away. Big switch up here from EG. Fnatic have been able to run the clock down a little bit on some of these rounds. Haven't seen really any proactivity from EG since the pistol round, really. Maybe that Demon One fast push out through hookup.
Make of that space, though. Fnatic, going to start to be on red alert. Yes, they have that purchase in hand and one probably to follow. Yeah, the ult's starting to come through, but there is still a deficit on the board, but it can be closed up quick. 6 to 10, it's not a million miles away. And on the other side, the most deadly thing is in the hands of Boostio. Bulldog there as well for Ethan.
I must wait a moment.
Early clear towards Shower. And looks like the end goal for them.
We'll notice Stinger as well on the other side of things. Demon One will actually retrieve the orb. So 2 off the Tour de Force now. Com actually one away from the orbital strike as well. That could be crucial here if Fnatic look to slow things down towards a late round hit. Busio going exploring though.
Are you kidding me right now?
He's spotted.
He's still trying to take this fight here. He's got to get out of danger. They're trying to play in Demon 1 a little. Didn't get much of a chance to really work off that. And now they want to close the gap. Durka to the hunt. It's much closer. Busio just playing on the other side of these walls. Souza drops the grand reveal. Dismisses away. Needs to get out to safety. He can't quite make it deep enough. But he's taking Krykle with him. Falls away again. Making Reyna look way too viable. He's up against a full buy from Fnatic. And now the rest of EG are on the side, excluding Demon 1, who's holding that TP, just in case they decide to take it. Busio again spots out Durka, still standing somehow. Just watching for that cross, double checking no one's in showers.
Fnatic are actually trying to wait out the Empress here. So Busio gets a kill. He can't pin it down. Durka will trade it out finally.
Uh-oh, showstopper, but he got the trade. Hold on.
That's huge from Com.
Yeah, this is still doable for EG, but Alpha and Leo, full rifles across them. On the other side, Headhunter for Demon 1 and the Bulldog for Ethan. Does have a heal. They're both playing towards elbow. They're getting a little proactive. They're looking for the fight here. Demon 1 on the other side. He's going to spot the barrel. He knows the other player. Oh, just a second away. Gets the rifle too. 10 bullets to play with, and Alpha on the other side. He's just going to stick this one out to perfection, surely. Alpha's going to swing it. He does. Alpha makes no mistakes. And Fnatic close to dropping that one. But again, gets 7 up on the board now. 1 round closer to tying this up.
A ton of damage done in this round from EG. D1 almost just relying on the mind games here. Alpha hopping back in the spike out. It's tough for Busio.
Yeah.
With all that time that passes and he's finally in a position to take an engagement.
Bro, what are you doing?
D1 trying to snatch things from under Fnatic's nose.
Tour de Force is out. On the other side, Leo 1 away. 2 off from Chronicle. That buy staying pretty strong here. This is going to be on Demon 1. Does he dare dip his toes ahead of this? You can see him considering it, but it's 4 players over there. Danger starting him out. He decides to back up. Okay, careful now.
A weird TP set up for an aggro peek on short, but D1 actually playing behind it. Lucky not to get punished by the Trailblazer there.
Struggling with a quick check, but you can see Fnatic still just holding patiently in this one. D1 waiting for that moment to strike, but they're evading his sightlines so diligently. He's not been given much of a chance here.
Molly committed here. Actually, sounds like Com might pop the orbital strike here. He's looking to pop it here. Slow field comes through, but actually nobody caught inside that.
Alpha, Boaster, it's Com waiting. Patience pays, gets both, and gets away with his life. Jorgamo forced to fight forward and catch him a little off guard, but his Chronicle left alive in a 1v3. 26 HP, and not much more to be said about this round with 13 seconds. Spike left loose. EG suffering through this, making it through another. That's gonna be 11 now for them.
Great commitment here from Demon 1. Like I said, nearly caught off guard by the Trailblazer. I think initially here it's Demon 1 to try and find a pick and then commit the orbital strike on the slow field. Maybe one of the things that EG has cooked up with his composition.
Wow.
Yeah, see with the commitment behind this, Com goes huge to find 2 here though.
Yeah.
The snap onto Alpha. Beautiful follow-up. Seekers and an orbital strike available here for Fnatic.
Those some key stakeholders, but man on the other side, the big gun himself, Demon 1. There it is, delivers perfectly. Dirk is dead in this round. No chance to get back on his feet here.
Watching this spot.
Fnatic to continue in that path, or do they adjust? And you can already see a little bit of a dip back as well, get that heal back up. Demon 1 now sitting pretty. Pressure starting to be felt on the other side of the map here. Busio can't back away.
Miss on the leer, actually, yeah.
So comfortable, the shortness of those leers. So Leo's got him pretty pinned here, calling over Ethan for a bit of help.
There's no second player from Fnatic, though. The flash will allow safe passage on the way back through. Trailblazer to clear. Will actually catch the stun onto Boaster.
And now you need the support system, right? Because, yeah, Boostio's got Boaster dead, spams it out, dismiss away, does he get away? No, he doesn't. Chronicle catches him in the heels. They're looking to try and springboard off this lovely little flash to slow them down here. And look at Alpha creeping closer on the other side of the map. It's still not done yet. And Ethan, the time to check on this is gorgeous. So much information on that.
30 seconds left.
Did they see Alpha?
Spotted. No, he didn't.
Oh, Alpha! He's so deep on this too. And the rest of them up close and personal comms got no idea the Chronicle's right next to him as well. Big denial! Takes out one. Does he get the follow-up? No, Alpha's taking door. Chocobo down, Com! Still holding on! 13 seconds overwhelmed! And the 1v1.
10 seconds left.
Sky v Sky, Ethan up against Leo. And oh, it's gonna be Ethan! I thought it was Leo's every day of the week! But Ethan holds strong, holds firm, and gets them to 12.
EG on map point here
What a sentence.
to make the dream run
I've got your trail, Buffett.
a possibility once again. Against all odds here on Bind as well.
Bind, like the cornerstone, the historical best map for the likes of Fnatic, right? People used to avoid this for as long as they could against them. But I guess we weren't wrong with the whole gotta get a little weird, gotta get a little out there, gotta try and play a different game. You play a traditional game against Fnatic, you will lose. Maybe you bring out a Chamber or a Reyna and it looks fantastic.
Fundamentals just looking amazing this map from EG.
But it's not over yet.
Nope.
A reiteration, this is Fnatic. Until that final kill, that final second, whatever it may be, is in. You are not done yet, but Boostio getting a little ahead of himself there.
Tried to layer a couple of bits of utility there, set in motion, but Fnatic looking to change the pace here.
Big info. Uh-oh, they're stuck. They gotta run for cover. Alpha already took down Ethan. The site looking very vulnerable. Boostio trying to backfill that space. Chocobo spams away, catches Boaster. That was the spike going down, doesn't drop out of the window, but close enough too. Chronicle gonna catch Boostio and the clear comes in. Fnatic sweeping the site. And this should be EG full on saving.
EG getting a little caught off guard here. And with this early aggression from Boostio and Ethan, immediately Fnatic flip the switch and try to punish.
Teleport's ready.
Operator will be carried across.
That works.
There'll be another lifeline actually for Fnatic in terms of the finances. As we sit at a 5-round gap, 4 soon to be. No ultimates available for Fnatic. Not sure of Ethan, Jorgamo and Boostio's progress, but one off the orbital strike for Com.
They're getting closer.
So Com should be called to high alert there with the TP.
No worries. But it is a quick and a stark reminder, you're facing Fnatic now.
Yeah, and the tough thing being EG haven't got any sort of stability. It's another situation where Jorgamo and Ethan are struggling financially. Haven't been able to really solidify themselves.
I guess the one bonus is they do have the likes of Demon One with that operator still.
Sure.
Keeping that in hand,
Absolutely.
you get a little bit of a benefit.
Big swing factor.
Right, so it's like maybe with that, if he's in the right place.
As well, actually Jorgamo, one off the showstopper, so if they can get that online, maybe with a kill with a shorty and Fnatic drift back towards short. Looks like initially they've got their sights set towards B. We'll be testing this operator once again.
Follow up now, 3. Draws the attention on the first, sees 2
Big
more
info.
cross. He knows that there's so many players here. Does he get the timing right? Not this time. Forced to respect it, but doesn't particularly fall away. The combat operator himself, but he's lost his teammate. Com's gone down. Demon One checked on, so heads up. Durka reading him like a book. And now Ethan gets ahead on this. Does he dare commit? He has to now. Hand forced, and Durka delivers. This guy in finals is just a little different. Oh, and Jorgamo smacks his head on the way out. He ain't having much here. Flawless round from Fnatic, Prime Gaming flawless. But more importantly, that's taken the operator away. It's taken the wind out of their sails. And that is everything that Fnatic would have wanted to do.
Yeah, it's huge. EG will be forced now to make a decision of how they want to approach this B-side hold. Yeah, blind. Because Fnatic doubled down previous round.
Yes!
They look to punish, they look to pinch that aggression through hooker. This time around, just throwing everything at that site. I think that's probably what's going to be discussed in this timeout here from EG.
Momentum. They now are slightly determining the outcome more, the pace getting more and more favorable.
They're the ones to command the tempo now.
Absolutely.
Definitely in the driving seat here. 3 members of EG committed towards B, at least to start off here, and maybe Alpha and Demon One will find an engagement outside showers. Although a deep contact camera from Alpha.
I like this response from Fnatic. It feels like it's somewhat all-encompassing, right? Just making sure there's no, like, naughtiness happening. Okay, Jorgamo, send him running! He doesn't connect! How didn't that land?
Leo's down to 23 HP. And on the other side of things, Alpha found Demon One, gets a neural theft off. He finds Com as well.
Alpha's heating up. 21 kills are already in this game for him. That gap that EG formed feels smaller and smaller. Boostio eats the flash. It's got Ethan still alive too, but EG are in trouble, Mike. They are starting to sweat in this.
So we're going to try and fight back on this. Well, considering it at least, but you have to respect this. A 2v4, another situation where EG are clinging to 2 rifles. Won't be able to find a full purchase behind this either. Com down to 300, Demon One on 450. Jorgamo did bring a stinger into this, but a set piece around the showstopper amounts to nothing but chip damage.
I thought he was good for that one.
It looked, I mean, yeah, Ray's ult things.
Yeah, but also then to kind of add to that, the loss in shower as well. The success for Alpha there, to be able to do that sort of damage, you've won out on both extremities, right? Like, bigger picture, that's everything. Double digits now found for Fnatic. This is when you test your mettle. This is when you start getting nervous.
My camera is
It's just half a second late for the trade as well.
Where is everyone hiding?
But Fnatic could truly crush EG's dreams in these next 2 rounds. I don't know if they make it through OT, Mike. We're not there yet.
Yeah, we go to that point again where we're talking about the resilience here. EG in uncharted territories in a grand final of an international event, Lauren.
Very few people, very elusive title to even make it onto these sort of stages. Now forced to fight. Demon One, Boostio, forced to face the music as Durka. Again, doing so much damage. Taking away Boostio instantly. Demon One's holding down. Fnatic so ready. They're so ready though. Look at this. Look at this setup. They're reading you every step of the way. Even with their advantages, it doesn't matter. They're down to 2 players. EG are falling to pieces here.
Can Com get anything done here? Moombot one spot him actually, but he will be noted on the cage. It's just one Leo. Quick to trade. Now Ethan, who feels like he's been alive for an eternity. The amount of times he's saved. EG protecting the purchase for round 24. It comes down to it again.
I can't believe
The 3rd time we've seen a round 24 between these 2 teams.
they're gonna have nightmares.
Yeah.
Nightmares of this, Mike. This is gonna haunt them day and night. EG, you felt like they had so many chances, but we said it then and we'll say it again. It's Fnatic you're facing. It says number 2 next to their name underneath it is where they qualified, certainly not by any other metric. First by all accounts. Winning that last event lock-in, tucked by their name. Big victory for them after that huge investment, bringing the best they could get. Best that was around. It's got them this again, finals. Now, OT or GG, we go to the next map, let's find out. It's 11-12. We've got the operator back out for Demon One, ult there for Com, but not much else to really, I guess the Empress as well for Boostio, but there's still a very good buy here with Fnatic. They have everything they want, a couple of key ults. They've got almost that full hand.
And the key being actually, I was seeing Durka consider the operator. Yeah, he's actually picking up the operator here. Showstopper in hand for him. Empress and an orbital strike for EG. But it all comes down to this now.
Triple operator?
What the hell is this?
Wherever Demon One's holding, he's got an up against him. Flash is there.
Durka creeping onto this deep angle. Trailblazer might just spot him yet, but won't catch, no stun.
They've seen the operator. Does that then play into Demon One's mind a little?
We've seen one of them.
They don't know about the others yet. Okay, there are rifles on the ground, so they've kind of filtered those through. So it's actually just Alpha with his. He's sticking on this one. Demon One's got the angle here.
He's trying to reposition now. I don't want to see him get caught off guard.
Oh, this is so tense. This is everything. It's a 3-2 split towards that A site, surely. And in matters of seconds, matters of moments. What can they achieve? Ults. Invested! Demon One! Grounds Durka and waits for that next pressure point pouring in through Shower. They've already made it out. Leo taking a boatload of damage though, down to just 14 HP and Demon One still breathing. Couldn't bring down the guillotine in time. And Alpha, he's answered back as well. Calm, run and hide for a second. Ease off the pace. And now, 4v3 retake. First fight could be Alpha. Does he get forced off the angle? Does he have a fair shot at this one? Busio doesn't want any of it. He might have to. Oh, what a shot! Busio! How did you see that? With a post plant.
Snakebite's coming in.
This is going to be timed to perfection. It's not going to be easy, because it looks like it's going to be OT. A 1v3 for Com, and he's got no time to play with now. Face the music and face OT. Fnatic taking us all the way.
And that's gotta be a blow to the mental of EG. A handful of chances to close this one out. Take us to Ascent.
Oh, man.
But Fnatic strike back. This was such an insane round. What is that from Busio?
We thought it was pressured before. This is what it's all about. This truly could be Fnatic's moment now. Dragging it back 5 rounds in a row. Again, EG with that glimmer of hope to watch it get snuffed out in front of their eyes. But it ain't done yet. Information, both sides. Maybe that brawl on B-Long.
Exchange comes through nice and early, but EG respecting this smoke. Busio trying to actually find a bit of information over the top, but one overwhelmed.
My God.
The pinch is beautiful.
And they're just falling apart in pieces. The swing, not bad though. Com's gonna get Leo there and put Boaster a little alone. Sprays in, hopeful to maybe dissuade their approach towards B, but nothing's denying them now.
Boaster's forced all the way off this. Snakebite doesn't land. Second one, neither. But Durka on the flank, look at him. He's coming all the way back past Fountain.
How do you even consider this? Com should be dead, right? Does he even give it a little bit of a glance? Does he even look that other way? No. The impending doom, the Reaper himself, Durka getting closer. Sat in the smoke on the other side is Com. And now the reveal, hello! Say goodbye. It's down to Ethan and Busio. Back to the wall. Durka's there. Ethan does the best he can. He's got to do so much more. He's trying so desperately. Everything he had. And it won't be enough. Fnatic take the lead in OT.
In a position to close out the 3-0 now. Dragging this back to its absolute limit. Can EG cling to life here? No operator in play. Initially starting here with a heavy lean towards Showers, actually. It's only Alpha on the other side of things. Haven't seen Alpha feel much pressure in this variation of the default, and EG will call a timeout here.
And do you know what the worst thing is? You look around, right? Look around this arena. You can catch it on the screen. It's not sure if you can see it. The crowd's already moving up. They can smell the blood in the water, and it's all on Fnatic's side. It's sparse on EG's. It's a really rare and strange feeling to watch the whole crowd almost against you in that moment.
And yeah, everyone on their feet now,
Yeah, they can smell it.
ready for this winning moment potentially here in round 26 on Bind.
It's not done yet. EG can still turn this tail around. They can still take us to another map. But Fnatic, by all rights, have looked faultless. Durka is almost dropping a 30 here. Every single player stepping up for Fnatic. Can EG change the tune? First challenger, Durka and Demon One potentially. Durka wants a bit of it.
Even one hanging around as well.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, doesn't want to concede this space. Spike not committed yet, so this is an early probe from Fnatic. A slow approach. They find themselves on championship point.
Just setting the tempo, letting them sweat a little more. 50 seconds now.
This is so tense.
Fate depends on it. First is found, Alpha. Destroys Boostio. Chronicles found Jorgamo. It's down to just 3. Ethan, Demon One com. There's so many players against you. Durka starting to stride through the map, eats the flash, so has to fall away for a second, but doubles down, and Fnatic now surely are just moments away. A 2v4. Difficult to say the very least. Time's there. Demon One finally making it to the site, but Alpha waiting on the corner. He wants this done. He wants him dead. Demon One, the last man standing. And Fnatic, surely now, this moment is theirs. 40 HP for Demon One, and they're just not letting him get that room. They're not entertaining the idea. Leo, the one to send him away again, as Fnatic's dynasty starts.